wasn't even the one talking.
Oh, which one?
With Tiny Munchie. He got mad because the whole 50 and 0 thing.
Right.
So Munchie B talking about Adam 22 saying some things that he probably shouldn't have said with the No Jumper universe. But with that all being said, man, let's slide right into this Contiana. You feel me? See what's going on in this No Jumper universe of ours.
That's why I started got mad. And then what Tiny Munchie said about Jay, I was just listening and I posted it as content and shit. You know, boom, World War III. I don't
think you follow everybody. I was just like, when I was looking at you in Spider-Lug, and I was just thinking like, damn, they seem so close in this clip. And then, I don't know, it fell apart. And then I was just thinking, I'm like, man, Munchie, but part of the problem is that Munchie just stands on business so much. Like, I know people are going to be like, well, he came back to No Jumper twice, so he doesn't stand on business. But like,
damn it. Adam's calling out Munchie B for going back to No Jumper twice. Ugly.
Munchie will like, something will do something he don't appreciate, and he just don't really like back down the way a lot of people do.
I be the one getting blitzed and jumped on the internet. You know what I mean? I just be, you know what I mean? Like 3-on-1 or whatever.
I always felt like you and Spider were like being extra nice to each other because y'all both knew that you really shouldn't even be friends to begin with. So you're like, all right, dude, we're gonna be super cool, like, and just overcompensate for really.
No, I thought
from there, fuck this guy.
Overcompensate for the fact that they genuinely don't like each other. Let's just fade it.
No, I don't give a fuck when niggas like that. I know these days I be judging the individual instead of niggas like where they from. You know what I'm saying? Like at first, I wouldn't like you for the whole zip code, or the high school. Right?
Yeah.
Like if I was from Long Beach and I'm from the north side of Long Beach, I ain't gonna like nothing at Poly.
Yeah. Is there still an echo?
You know what I mean? So like I was, but I be like, you know what I'm saying? If the person cool, I judge the person. I don't be trying to judge nigga by like they turf or whatever. I miss some cool 60s these days. You know what I mean?
When you were low-key like newer to the media space, at least like on the level that you're at now when you were fucking with Spider, like on a
and I wasn't used to it. That's why the whole don't catch me shit. Like
that's the best way.
I'm a street person coming into the internet shit and our world like yo, we just had Chris like what's up, cuz me. And I asked the nigga not to, but you know I learned after nigga, you can be yourself on camera. We all podcasting and we was doing an interview. Like, you can talk how you want to talk. And I guess, you know what I'm saying? I have to check myself. But
yo, I got a question. This is interesting. When they write the history books, which they will not, but if they were to write history books about LA podcasting history, who are like the earliest figures? Like, because I'm thinking
maybe Alex Alonso, Kev Mack.
Street TV was doing it a couple years before No Jumper, really like a bunch of years.
Wasn't Cam Capone older?
He did, and then he took a long ass break. When I was looking at his oldest videos on his channel, you got Vlad super early on, but then I feel like No Jumper around like COVID time is the first time you have like a lot of like street characters kind of becoming podcast regulars, and then like after that, over the next couple of years, you see it just kind of splinter where all of a sudden there's tons of different podcasts all over LA. But it's kind of interesting to think about like the early days of
for sure Vlad and Street TV early on.
When it was called Street Gangs, remember? Street Gangs.
Yeah. Not a great name if you want to monetize your channel.
That's why I switched it over. That's why I switched it over. But see, like it was Street Gangs, the website that was booming before he.
And then you had 50, World Star Hip Hop. You get into a fight, and nigga, you're a world star. You already knew what time it was.
But didn't there used to be a website where, like, if you wanted to find out, like, what the attributes of the Inglewood Bloods were, you would have to, like, go to this, and it would give you all the
claimers?
It's not still like that, is it?
Yes, it is.
All the claimers and weirdos, they go there and learn about the hood. They trying to claim you ain't from over here. Like,
they trying to get the history on it and the information.
They enemies. The little map, it said the dead homies. I'm like, damn.
But there's shit like the...
What website is this?
The information, like me as a weirdo, I did a lot of research on Street Gangs TV, and it's like the database is pretty outdated at this point, but there's a lot of info on there. And as I learned more, I was like, damn, it's just like pretty accurate, like allegedly.
Yeah, but I don't think he focuses on the website type thing, on YouTube side of things. But early on, Vlad. Street TV. What year did No Jumper kick off on YouTube?
Munchie B is really ill-informed about this. You have Kev Mack, you have Street TV, you have K Mac. Or Kev Mac, whatever. Vlad, Street TV, S. Wiggins, World Star, This Is 50, Taxstone, Joe Button, Starlito. I know he said West Coast, but these are kind of people just all within the space. Ed Lover. For those of y'all old enough to remember Ed Lover. Who else was in the hip hop space? DJ Ski. I don't know if y'all remember DJ Ski. That was a thing.
2015. Yeah. But we're like pretty small until I was starting getting like bigger interviews in 2016 kind of.
Vlad was already huge. Had been.
Yeah.
And when did it start switching over to like street, like from underground SoundCloud rappers?
I think
to
2020.
2020?
2020 and COVID was when it was kind of like, oh, nobody's traveling, so there are like no big name rappers that we're going to be able to interview for the next like however long, because like literally you couldn't fly anywhere and everybody had their recording budgets on hold and stuff like that. So it was kind of like, fuck, well, what are we going to do? Guess we better start kind of working on building up more characters on the podcast and finding more people locally that we can pod with. And then those kind of end up being gang members. And then all of a sudden we're kind of like in the mix in that regard.
It seemed like from outside perspective that around like 2017, like some of the local kids that were doing SoundCloud stuff, like the Frosties and Almighty started coming around No Jumper a little bit. And then I want to say like 2018, 19 is when you first had like Greedo, Draco.
Did Almighty Suspect bring Frosty to No Jumper? Or was it the other way around?
G Perico, all those dudes coming for the first time.
Some of that was 2017, but yeah, that era is when I started tapping in with more people. Because all of a sudden then it's like all these street dudes are like, yo, like, you're doing this podcast in LA, like, let me get an interview. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
So when you said you held off on bringing Munchie you said you held off for like 2 years.
Well, because like I think Flacco was trying to get me to interview Munchie right after Draco died, and that just would have, it was a little touchy at the time.
It was too fresh. I was doing like the disrespectful music and all the little
Yeah.
And but
Putting scenes from the night Draco was unalived in your music videos, those types of things.
sheesh. But see, I think No Jumper is the reason why every Stanky Blood and Crip think they can just turn on their Android and try to be a podcast. No, for real.
Not for real, you're not wrong.
It would have took longer if
I would
we
give
didn't
credit.
break it open.
I would give credit to No Jumper for that. For sure. Because they saw the representation, they saw themselves in the people that were doing it.
Yeah.
Like if they can do that, I can do that.
100%.
I mean,
100%. Once they saw like 80 and T-Rail and them getting bags doing it, they're like, shit, like, let me see if I can get in the mix with it too.
But now it's weird because I feel like No Jumper, as well as like kind of Vlad and like maybe Cam Capone, see value in like interviewing dudes who realistically are not like famous rappers or anything. They're more just like street dudes / like gang characters, you know, that have like,
Street influencers, if you will.
like social media or whatever. And so at a certain point, some of those people start to feel like their value is kind of high, and then they go to somebody else and they try to get paid, and they're kind of looking at them like, what the fuck? You know, because I just saw the clip of Dean, and he's talking about how Crib Mac was trying to like come through their stream, and Crib Mac tried to ask him for $2,500, and Dean was basically like, fuck no. And then he was trying to come like for free.
I guess now Crip Mac is trying to come hang out with Dean and Grady, AB, and Dean and Grady's like, nah, pay me up.
Mac, and I guess Dean was basically like, nah, you got to pay me $1,500.
oh, so he was kind of thrown off by that. He didn't like that shit.
Yeah, we could watch the clip, but I was kind of like, damn, that's crazy. Because like, if you think about it, Dean is somebody that 6 months ago or whenever we were doing.
Yeah, Dean and Grady really just blew up on you, but I seen it coming, man. I seen it coming. Let's keep it in rotation, though, y'all. Let's keep it in good rotation. I guess I should push play.
And those little skits and shit was like brand new. Nobody really was looking at him like he was like.
doing skits here?
Yeah, we did the one where Crip Mac fucking like attacked him because he like fucking was harassing my wife or whatever. We did some like fake like stream content type shit, and it's like think about
I
those.
super underestimated this motherfucker right here.
Okay, so
like,
Oh, man. Adam 22, Ruthless about the way.
regardless of who has fucking like who has fake viewers or anything like that, at that time Dean had 300 live viewers. I looked at Dean's stream last night. He had 10,000 live viewers. So, is there any botting? I would not know. But it is kind of crazy because Dean was at one level of fame at that time, which was pretty small, and now with the whole AB era and everything, he's like super.
Maybe you got to remember too. Adrian Broner is a world-renowned boxer. Like he's not a nobody.
Super famous.
How did you
rap star? How
did you get put on to Dean though to bring him over here?
Because Dean. At that
was he fighting people on stream?
I was just going to interview him because he was streaming and just going. No, because you know what it was? He was getting humiliated by Larry Wheels.
Yeah. Oh, so he came over after Larry Wheels slapped him.
Yeah, because Larry Wheels slapped him, and then there was the clip where Larry Wheels was spinning him around in a circle, holding him by the arms and shit like that. Like people forget that Dean had like a month where he just took so many L's in the course of a week or two.
Yeah, Larry Wills slapped Dean and Gray. He didn't call the elbow. Some things that happened to Dean. Dean and seen some things.
Strong ass.
He's seen a thing, Dean.
Big bodybuilder dude.
Slapped the shit out of Dean.
Let him do that.
He disrespected his wife.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably a little bit scripted because why else would Dean be harassing his wife on camera, on stream? But
it's not like that outside the box for what he does to this day.
once you actually meet these fucking streamer dudes and you realize that they only think in viral content, that everything is about how can I either make this guy mad or figure something out with him where he's going to pretend to be mad so that we can get the clips, so we can go viral, so that we can do those stream numbers. And for sure, Dean is
they gonna
that
get that
kind of guy.
They gonna get that clip, hooker by hooker crook. They gonna get it.
That's the business, right?
They said Dean, the AB only gets 1,500 or 1,000 viewers, so they think that Dean is using bots. I mean, hey, I don't know.
I don't know about the bots, but what I know is this, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Because if you look at some of these favorite podcasters, I ain't gonna say who, but you go look at their comments, you can clearly see the bots. Clearly.
So I suspect every single streamer uses bots.
I think they use bots because, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that there are not a lot of people watching this shit, whether or not it's live. All over my algorithm, I'm not seeking out Dean the Great.
Hey, bro, when you got bots, it's like having split ends. Bro. You got your shit ain't. It ain't that fuck with your money though, right? The bots. You ain't really seeing what your true worth.
So if I have 10,000 real viewers and then you have 10,000 fake viewers, I'm making a bunch of money and you're not making any fucking money because the fake viewers don't really pay anything. But what it does do is if I go to Twitch and I see, or I guess he's on Kick, but if I see, Dean the Great is the #1 person streaming in this category, he has 10,000 people watching him, and that's way more than everybody else.
How does break it down? How they be faking their views, y'all?
So he's at the top of the leaderboard, so he gets way more viewers because if you're a casual fan and you just go to Twitch or you go to Kick and you just want to watch some random IRL stream and he's at the top and he got hella fake viewers, then, it's just really good advertising. And it's also people will want to watch a streamer that has 10,000 viewers more than they will want to watch somebody that has 50 viewers. So it's
which is so backwards, by the way.
Well, it's the follower thing.
Yeah, I mean, you assume, hey, if there's 10,000 people watching this shit, there must be something going on.
Right, yeah, no, obviously it does.
What up?
It's like you equate back up.
Y'all keep saying it's an echo. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Y'all keep telling me it's an echo. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let's try it now. Ooh. All right.
Reason why I did it, the times I.
All right, y'all. Tell me if it's still an echo. Boop, boop, boop. My bad. Boom.
This is the thing. That tells you that people who are watching this are kind of watching the whole thing or a large percentage of it because otherwise it would probably
not do well in the algorithm, you know?
So how do we know, if people actually like shit? You know what I mean? Do you
because
actually
you
like
keep watching it, though. But you're right, because you could be watching it because you hate it.
How is it now? Chad? All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what it did. All I did was close the screen and open the shit back up. I have no idea why it was doing that. No idea. I didn't do anything. I didn't change settings or nothing. All I did was close it and open it back up. But whatever.
But even that, like the algorithm has to sort of like correct for that because otherwise, like there has been times in YouTube history where like you would look up a topic and every single video that you would find about it would be negative. Like I remember looking up feminism on YouTube in like 2016, 2017. Every single video that came up was anti-feminism because rage baiting will get you more views than like actual.
Try it now. Let's try it now. Who the hell is texting me? Hold on. Hold up. All right. Let me see. Let's try it one more time. All my niggas who be thinking we soft, we don't play. We gonna rock until the wheels fall off. Hold up. Hey. All my niggas that be acting too ball, take a seat.
And he said he don't pay attention to views, he pay attention to watch hours.
Right.
So like why is that his they did explain to you
What he means is basically like he'll do a Charleston White interview that's like 2 hours long, and basically you got two options, which is you can like cut it up into a bunch of 10-minute clips and then put those clips out and then put out the full thing, which is what like Vlad does, and we do that for a lot of our content and shit.
All right, what about now?
But then what Sean Khan does is he'll just dump the whole 2-3 hour interview, and it'll like a 3 hour interview, if it gets 1 million views, is earning you way more money than like a 10-minute clip that gets 1 million views, you know? So his logic is basically like, I'll just give it to everybody.
All right, how's it sound now?
For free off rip, and I'll be able to make the money that I paid this dude back because, you know, whatever, like it'll come back because each view is worth a lot if they're watching for like hours at a time. But I will say that kind of like the problem with that is that like a Charleston White interview, bro, we have to cut so many fucking swears out of those things because he says the N-word every
How about now, y'all?
2 seconds. He says fuck over and over and over. And it's just like the full thing. It is so likely to get demonetized within the first couple of days that you upload it because there's probably so many moments where he says the N-word like 10 times in like 1 minute. And that is a death sentence to your monetization. Is for some reason, like you say the N-word here and there, it's all good. You say it 10 times in a row, you're done.
Yeah, you can't overdo it.
It's weird, yeah. And also like there's a Mexican shut the building. And I kind of wanted to watch the clip, but he's saying the N-word with the hard R mad times, and I'm kind of like,
I sent the clip to Remo where I think
have no idea because it's nothing different.
Okay, that could be
he may have uploaded that.
That might be better, yeah, because it's like he's just saying the hard R. It's like a Mexican dude going around
in Texas
talking hella shit to all the black people.
Yeah,
right.
He got his ass whooped.
They're gonna smoke your ass.
Trying to risk their safety and they life to go
like
viral.
good clout.
It's super weird to do that out there too, especially when one of like the main places where Black and Mexican people get along super well and don't even have too many issues like that. It's kind of weird.
Well, he stopped because he said he was his life was being threatened. You know what I mean? Like, like crazy.
Yeah, they don't like they don't have. It's so funny that we're LA and it's such a more liberal place than Texas overall. But when it comes to them politics, they're more progressive than we are by a significant margin.
And hold on. What you mean?
As far as Black and Mexican relations with each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning
they don't beat they don't have
beat
like
as much.
They don't beat nearly as much. There's not like several gangs that are against each other
because they're all spread out. They're not like on top of each other like people in the city.
You talking about places like Texas and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's not a gang of Mexicans out there. That's why, bro. What are you talking about? Like California?
There's a lot though.
Listen to our streets, California.
Bro, it's just right next to
San Antonio. This nigga said, listen to our streets. It's California. It's not a bunch of Mexicans in Texas. Somebody give this nigga Munchie B a geography book. This nigga said there's not a bunch of Mexicans in Texas. Oh, right. We are here.
Texas Juarez is right next to El Paso's right there. Tejas, fool.
Yeah, you never heard of Tex Mex? Bro, they got hella Mexican people there.
I know the ratio here in Los Angeles. Shit. Ratio here.
Munchie B is ignorant. that's the most ignorant thing that has ever been said on no. One of the most ignorant things to say on No Jumper. There are no Mexicans in Texas. There are not Mexicans in Texas like there are in California. That is an incredibly ignorant thing to say.
In Los Angeles is crazy.
No, I guess.
Black
Well,
to brown.
It's the Southwest.
And y'all will be like, you just hate Munchie B. You just hate Munchie B. Like, nah, bro, I hate ignorance. Like, and he's saying it like factually, not like us, not like us. You're so sure. You're loud and wrong. You should never be loud about your lack of education.
So Arizona.
And then we gotta get
That boy a different type of boy he is. Boy, he a different type of for sure. So before y'all tell me, oh, you just don't like Munchie B, I don't like lack of education. But hey, that's that juvenile hall education, ain't it?
we got a gang problem.
Yeah.
We got a gang problem.
No, that
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah.
And that's the
Matter of fact, read what
Texas
that
has a slightly higher percentage of Hispanic residents than California.
Okay.
40% of Texas, while California is like 39.
yeah,
Okay.
but
But they don't
it
even
has
know,
way
we got a
more
gang
black
problem.
population. The black population is
So now Munchie B's finna move the goalposts and say, well, it's not like this. You're just that boy's slow.
larger, I think, in Texas than
That's
it
a
is.
good percentage.
Interesting
Or a
question.
good
Right.
question.
Yeah, but
I would say that
you
might
part.
That was a good.
Because you know what I'm saying?
I don't know though. We gonna see. They might could.
Texas has a higher
Yeah.
percentage of black residents than
Yeah.
California. According to U.S. Census Bureau data, black or African individuals make up approximately 12 to 13% of Texas,
Which is
compared
double.
to 6 or 7% of California.
which
wow.
is
Yeah,
double.
that could be equate for a
Slavery
lot of that.
legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Gotta be right.
Well, it's the South, and
Well,
typically,
you said slavery. What'd you say?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and also because they were the last to like find out about Juneteenth. You know, that's what Juneteenth is.
Yeah,
in Texas.
literally, yeah.
First, they were the last to like find out that they were actually freed. You know what I mean?
Oh, they're last of them.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, they left him out the loop. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, don't say nothing. Nigga.
Mhm.
In
Don't
comparison,
tell 'em.
like black people making their way to California would have took a lot of effort in comparison, right? They didn't have like a big reason to make the
Like
move,
flight.
right?
I might.
The gold rush, Adam. It's called the gold rush. The mass migration, my brother. Great migration.
Be mistaken, but I don't want to misspeak, but I do think that New Mexico, which would be even closer than Cali is, was a union state at the time.
Mhm.
I might be mistaken, but I think they were.
Yeah.
Arizona. I
Funniest
think-
part in Munchie's 20 versus 1 is when you say that Teddy Roosevelt was the 26th president of USA, and there's a fact check on the screen that says he was the 13th president. I wouldn't know either, but it's so funny.
Obviously,
It's
like,
like,
all right, obviously, let's take that moment in context, but that is funny as fuck.
you doubled it in your head.
Yeah, I doubled it clearly.
I gotta when they drop.
Probably this week for sure. Yeah, I'm almost done watching it.
I think that was a really cool 20v1.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, Munchie was fast.
It's funny because Munchie pretty bad.
If that's the line we're drawing in the sand,
I mean,
Well,
it's,
obviously, I have gone another way with my life.
it ain't like I mean, it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but you know,
I wouldn't be like a high point. I wouldn't be like showing up to my homies like, yo, Munchie B was feeling on the crack. You feel me?
But that
He
is
put that
kinda-
brack in her brack.
But that is kind of what a normal guy would feel like. Would be like, yeah, check it out. My girl got Quavo rubbing on her ass in a 20 versus 1.
I don't think maybe depends on what kind of guy they are, because
If it's a regular ass dude, Quavo rubbing on her ass might be cool. Or it might like, I feel like it might be cool to start, and then after 6 months, it's a reason to beat the shit out of her.
and this is why
For some guys.
I know I'm down bad in life, because I never would have dated a bitch like 4 or 5 years ago, 3, 4 years ago. I never would have dated a bitch that he had even done no type of shit. And then it was like, oh yeah, for sure. You're gonna fucking have trains ran on you on video. I ain't tripping.
Because you're having the doughboy, the realization the doughboy needs to have, which is basically like, hey, you're gonna die alone if you don't get into a relationship now.
Yeah, bro. You feel me? Like,
That's what I'm
straight
trying to
up.
get it across to Doughboy, and he doesn't care. He's like, oh no, it's fine. I'm almost 50. I got plenty of time. It's like, no, dude, like these are the last days of people being willing to have sex with you. You need to settle down with one who's gonna be like a partner, or else you're gonna be the dude who's 70 years old dying alone in the nursing home.
We all love Doughboy.
Horrible.
Am I tripping or they not talking about shit? Am I tripping, Chad? Am I tripping? Because if I'm tripping, let me know. If I'm tripping, Chad, let me know. And I will shut up. But am I tripping? Or these niggas not talking about nothing. Like, at all. We ain't talking about shit. We talking about Doughboy's love life. Who even cares about that? Who even cares about Doughboy?
I love the guy.
We love Doughboy,
I
genuinely.
want him to be more realistic
Let me start looking through these YouTube streets and seeing what else I can find because this is boring.
about what's going on out there in terms of his sexual future.
Doughboy,
Stop DMing Jalise.
yeah, first of all, don't DM Jalise. Second of all, Doughboy getting a no jumper tattoo is the wrong thing to focus on. What we should have focused on is the look on Doughboy's face in the picture after he got the no jumper tattoo.
Super excited.
He might as well have won a Grammy, an Oscar. He has arrived. I can't tell that man shit.
So you're saying that was the happiest moment of his entire life?
I would say that's a safe bet. You feel me? But with the exception of the birth of his child.
But why are you
and all
even
that.
saying that, like, in response to the fact that he is unrealistic about a woman dating him? Stop doing the weird quiet, like, hold yourself.
All right, yeah, sorry. This is my new
All right, man. Look, I need one of my mods to like y'all click on a no jumper. Let me know if something good come up because that was boring. We're gonna go into something else. But mods, if something good come up, they start talking about YG putting the code red out and all that kind of stuff. Let me know and we'll slide back over there. But for right now, we're not talking about that. That shit boring. This shit boring. We talking about Doughboy. I don't care about that. Keefy D. Keefy D got some things going on. Keefy D is a man who is currently sitting in Nevada jail because he said that he unalived Tupac. So let's jump into this content and see exactly what's going on, man. Shout out to Vlad TV.
I didn't. Your new engineer guy looked like a federal agent.
My cameraman looks like the feds.
I had to like, whoa, what's going on, man? It's a pretty big dude. He got the little look, the little light scruffy look, but still clean cut.
All right, our cover's blown, everyone. All right, let's come in and arrest him. Sorry, he blew our cover. All right. I'm sorry, Wack. This is a setup. This is a federal sting.
It was a sting.
They got those bodies on you. Big U's cooperating, and yeah, you're going to prison. Sorry about that.
Won't be harsh. Damn, Keefy D.
Well, that's actually going to be my first topic, Keefy D. Today is August 3rd. In 1 week, he goes to trial, and he actually turned down a 10 or 25-year plea deal.
Well, you know.
Hey, well, if Keefy D turned down that plea deal, Keefy D might feel like he's free. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, Keefy D is currently sitting in the Las Vegas, Nevada jail. I believe he's at the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I believe that's where he's at. If he's not there, I know he's somewhere in the state of Nevada. And they saying that Keefy D, after being granted immunity, went on like a whole tour. He went on a Tupac talk tour, writing books, doing interviews, and he was just pretty much putting all the business in the streets about his alleged involvement in the 187, the unalivement of late rapper Tupac Shakur. He'll say how maybe not Suge Knight was involved. They're saying Suge Knight maybe not had to testify in this situation. It's a lot of flammy, skullduggery, and larceny going on with this, and you really don't know what's going to happen at this point until it happens, and there's so much stuff going on. It's like you just kind of twisting and turning around every corner, because we would have never thought that we'd ever, in our generation, see the mystery of who unalived Tupac solved, let alone watch it play out on YouTube.
What, he's 60.
Yeah.
And then 10 to 25 in Nevada says you have to do the 10 to be eligible. So he probably in his head. How long he been gone? Like 2 years?
A few years, yeah, maybe like 3 years now. He's 63 years old right now.
He's been gone 3 years in because he left at 60.
There you go.
So he like 7 more. I'll be 70. He going for what he know. I guess he, in his head, if they find me guilty, I got access to an appeal.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think they're going to find him guilty.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know what I'm saying? I think they're able to use the book now.
Well, yeah, because the judge...
The book where he admitted to being the...
Judge actually mentioned Vlad TV when she did a ruling, because they try to get the book thrown out. They try to say, oh, the book is just fiction, it's made to make money and so forth. But I guess at the end of my first interview with him, he holds up the book and says, this is my book. I wrote it. If you want the real deal, go ahead and purchase it right now on Amazon. You know, it ain't fake like everyone else's. This is real.
It's clear that Mr. Davis adopted the statements therein as his own through publication, promotion, and subsequent ratification. In his interview to Vlad TV, once this book is his book, he encourages people to buy it to get the real truth and not from the law enforcement or industry people. He also repeatedly says something like the whole truth of the situation. I really find there is no legal argument to exclude the book.
And I mean, I didn't ask him to say that. That was all him.
You know, Keefy D gonna speak his mind. Sometimes he say a little too much. Sometimes I think he gets a little overzealous.
Keefy D done did too much talking, boy. Stop doing
He
that.
don't mean nothing by it. I don't
The internet gonna be the death of these niggas.
think he's really thinking about it. You know, Keefy D came from hustling in the streets. I don't think he was really. I mean, when he said, I looked Suge dead in his eyes when the shooting started. At that point, I was like, whoa, you just put yourself there. You know what I'm saying? So it's and then how they did it, how he's doing his time, you know, he caught this assault.
Yeah.
So they gave him like a year, 18 months for the assault.
In the state, right?
They stopped his trial, sent him to prison to do the time for the assault, and then now they sent him back to continue the trial. Usually that's just something that gets stacked on top of which initially. He called me like, man, where you at? High Desert. You know, I hear High Desert, I'm thinking California. He's like, no, I'm in prison in Nevada. He's like, I need a TV. Could you send me $350 for a TV? I said, you know what, Keefy D, last time I asked you to send me something, you know what I asked you? This time you asked me, then it's all right. So
do you think that once he gets convicted, because I think he'll get convicted, right? That's just my, educated guess at this point. And he gets to wherever he's going to be at in state prison, that he's going to have problems with some Tupac fans and so forth.
I mean, you know, he's an older dude. I don't think Tupac fans are like in prison, like on that like that. You get what I'm saying? I don't believe, people are tripping who killed Tupac because people understand what Tupac did. You get what I'm saying? You kicked it off. You know what I mean? Yeah. Keefy being an older dude and, he gonna be in Nevada, so they got the California card. You know what I mean? I think he'll have more problems with it being exposed that he did some prior cooperating.
Right, that came out too.
You know what I'm saying? I think he'll have more problems there than the Tupac thing.
So you think he'll be labeled a snitch in prison?
Definitely.
So does that mean they'll put him in PC?
That means he'll have an option, and I think the first time he has a situation behind that, then yeah, that's where he's going.
Man, Keefy D is 70, boy. You better, man, you better, boy. You feel me? Mm-hmm.
He's 63. Keefy, if I can recall.
You do 10 years, you gonna get out of 73. Keefy D, you wild work, my boy.
Oh, I think he has cancer.
He had cancer. He may have beaten it, but he is overweight, not in the best of shape.
Yeah, they're not gonna risk that. But I don't think a lot of the youngsters, like, you hear Lil Yachty, they're like, who are these people? So the youngsters not tripping it now. You know what I mean? He'd have been in there for doing something NBA YoungBoy, he might have a problem. You know what I'm saying? But Tupac, man, those are people that's born in the 70s.
True.
That's tripping that. And
yeah.
If they're in prison, they're trying to do the same thing Keefy D trying to do. Hold on.
Get out one day.
Yeah, bro, you go to prison with a fresh joke in your 60s? Anything sounds like too much. I was doing Suge's calculation.
Yeah, I don't think that Keefy D is going to do too well with that amount of time. But then you have to wonder, too, how much time is Wack going to do for his involvement in this big Rico? Because that's something that's going to be crazy.
Because his new fake girlfriend called in the other day, Australian chick. I don't know if you might have heard the snippet on my...
No, I haven't heard.
You didn't hear it?
What is
where she cussed him out?
Okay, we'll go ahead and play it.
Yeah.
You a motherfucking liar.
You said what?
You a motherfucking liar. Damn right. Only thing you trying to do is get your name out there. So you just
I could get my name out there when I'm the one with the motion. I moved out here for you. You've been lying to me this whole fucking time. Yeah, I got my own motion.
What motion?
I got my own motion.
Okay, so why you mention my name then? At all.
Why would I? Because I had your back with her. You told me you don't know this girl. You think you don't know this girl. You think you don't know this girl. I told you if you keep posting you,
What girl you
it's
talking about?
You told me you don't know her. You think you don't know
that
KD.
bitch. I don't know that bitch.
Okay, so I
You
told
hang
you
with
she
that
post
bitch,
you
you
again. I'm going to
listen.
fuck you and
You
leave me the
ain't
fuck
shit.
alone. You
Fuck
understand me?
You might want to interview her. She's from Australia.
Okay.
And she moved out to Atlanta.
That language is barbaric.
And she'll convince her to move to San Diego. He was going to get her a spot and pay it up a year. She got there. That didn't happen. She ended up sleeping in her best friend's son's room.
Okay.
And then she went and got a few gigs. She tattooed Suge's name on her in red. And Suge told her this what did it. He said, yeah, Wack. He was going to help me with my music career. I said, let me guess. I gave you a Tupac song. She said, how did you know? I said, let me guess. Was the song 18 years old? How in the hell did you know this, Wack?
He gives the song out to everybody.
I said he gives it out to everybody. And the next day she got on the phone with him.
I believe Wack's lying. When he starts telling these stories and he starts laughing uncontrollably, like he's just so funny. Typically, this is his telltale of not telling the truth. Typically, when he's doing this, he's not telling the truth. Typically, when he's doing this, he's not keeping it 100. It's always kind of a flu flam. So, I don't know, man. I don't know.
And went ballistic.
Wow.
Shout out to SKG. She set the whole play up. And
SKG, that's the girl who Wack had on. She was on FaceTime with Wack doing stuff at Big U.
It's just, I don't know, man. Like Vlad, I'm amazed on how some people are still working in the pocket. Like, to me, I'm looking at the young lady, beautiful lady, right? And I'm telling myself, how the hell did you go for this? It was just, it was different. I'm gonna send you pictures of her and all that. And she's an artist. But yeah, man, I just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Social media, this camera is a different animal.
So Keefe's going to trial, and you think he'll be found guilty?
Yeah, I think.
So if he's turning down a 10 to 25, what do you think he'll get in the verdict?
Life.
I
think he's turning down to 10 to 25 because...
Damn, Keefe D getting life? Sheesh. And Will? Sheesh.
If he take the deal, he don't have an appeal.
Right.
So in his head, if I take this 10 to 25, that means 70 or 80 or 85 years old. Because out there, you got to do the minimum, the bottom number, before you go in front of a board. In California, if you're not a lifer, they give you a date. And you know when you're coming home. There, you can come home your 10th year, 15th, 18th, anything, we're between 10 and 25.
Why does that matter if he's not in California? He's doing time in Vegas, so why? Why does it matter?
In his mind, if they give me life, at least I think I can get back down and appeal in 5 years and try to win. I don't think he's acknowledging the fact that he said enough to where they can convict him of conspiracy. Accessory to, because he's saying he passed a weapon. He's saying, I'm there. I look Suge Knight in the eyes when the shots are fired.
Well, how are you not an accessory? You're there. You look Big U in the eyes. You chase Future. I'm trying to figure out how it's different. Whatever.
They know you didn't fire the gun, but you have kind of put yourself in a situation where you had something to do with the gun.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And everybody's in the car is gang related, gang orientated. All these things factor in. And I think he went on this rant because he had some immunity here, but it had nothing to do with the state of Nevada.
Right. And Nevada PD investigators reached out to me and they kept calling. They left voicemails, and I could play the voicemail where he's asking for the raw footage, and I just chose not to respond.
Good afternoon, Mr. Vlad. This is Alfred investigator from District Attorney's Office. I left you numerous messages in regards to, receiving a video for an interview that you've done in the past with the KPD, and I've not heard from you. Please give me a call back.
Yeah, well, shit, they already got the interview. What they need to
They already got the interview, right? But I'm not giving them the raw footage. I don't think anything's there anyways, but my thing
You can have what's on the internet and that's it and that's all.
was I'm not going to cooperate
That's don't show cooperation.
with someone who came in to do an interview, regardless of what happens afterwards. I will fight for the right to not make the situation worse for you, right? I'm not just going to hand it over.
I'm not mad at Vlad for that. I'm not mad at Vlad for that. It's a lot going on, nigga. I'm gonna make sure that I don't make it worse.
For the police. In fact, with Jimmy Henchman, I fought them trying to get the interview, which was for his retrial or his appeal trial. They wanted to get this one interview where he talked about the case. I fought it, spent like 10,000 legal fees. Ultimately, they weren't able to get it. He went to trial, lost. But I'm willing to fight against...
You're not in there. It doesn't say Vlad turned over anything.
No. And they were threatening to put me on the stand. And I'm like, do what you got to do. I'm not scared.
Jason, what's the deal, bro?
To do that.
Yo, Jimmy's been battling out with our man.
Who?
What's the guy was trying to set the interview up? Prince.
Oh,
you haven't seen that?
I heard something about that.
It's been World War 50.
Why fight with someone who's in prison? Like, that's why I think I'm not going to argue with someone who's in prison.
Hey, I'm with Vlad on that one. I ain't finna go back and forth with a nigga in prison.
31. How's that?
I don't believe Jimmy really knows Prince. But Prince was exposing, all these prophets. A lot of people probably wasn't around. I know you were around. Remember that site? It was Smoking Gun?
Yeah.
The Smoking Gun. I remember way back when I read everything, it was on the Smoking Gun, right? But Prince is just kind of like, it's like he's becoming the early Wack 100 movement of New York.
Okay.
The early Wack 100 movement in New York. That all being said, man, God bless New York City, because you guys have a lot of indictments coming on because the early Wack 100 of New York is on his way to come get you guys. With that all being said, man, we about to the next one. Red dots to the left. You know the rest. Say a prayer and be blessed. We gone. Let's take it back to the jumper and see what's going on. See if they actually talking about something.
Hey, I play ball touchdown. Check game, all right?
Okay.
The difference is Crit Mac is not necessarily attempting to have this mainstream arc in the same degree as this guy, where he's working with major restaurant chains and brands of that nature.
A hater.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Really? How do I sound like a hater?
Because you're taking a random black dude who made something out of himself from nothing and is making a shitload of money, traveling the world. If you ask me, this guy ain't no different from like I Show Speed. He's traveling the world. He's making content that people like. He's making money. He's built a dope business for himself. He's probably making like $1 million plus a year. And he's spreading joy, and somehow you are capable.
Lesbian called a racist.
Of embracing, like 14-year-old Mexican murderers that for some reason
that was a good one.
you
like
see
that.
Virtue in that. But then when this guy's out here just like, eating corn and like, shoving sushi in his face, you're able to find negativity in that,
guys.
because you actually want the destruction of multiracial society. You hate blacks, you hate Mexicans,
clearly,
and you want them to only do evil. And you see this guy doing all positivity. He stays in the gym. He's probably drug free. I asked him to do a skit. He's not willing to do anything that has anything to do with gambling or porn. So he's all positive, and Lush hates it.
Why you didn't like him before?
I didn't like him before because I just found him obnoxious. But then when I actually watched a bunch of his shit, I started to realize that what he's doing is actually genius.
So what did you find obnoxious about him?
The way he looks and dances and everything. But I realize now that that was low vibration. That was low frequency. High frequency is accepting that he is great.
Hey, so I found him obnoxious because he was in the middle of the restaurants going crazy.
Doing what exactly? But then once you realize that they're paying him to be there.
Because I didn't know he did food until like recently.
Yeah.
I just
they talking about that big shark, that dude, that big bite dude. So they still not talking about nothing. They still actually are not talking about shit. The best thing so far that happened on this episode of No Jumper is Les almost crashing out on the OD.
Knew him from being the
That's all natty.
It's not something I would want.
For my family,
Yeah.
I don't want my daughters to see this.
I don't want them doing that shit.
But
It's like,
but why?
because it's like you're being.
It's coonish.
It's like clown activity.
Okay, now we're starting to get a little closer to what I was.
But just because you're black doing clown activity doesn't mean that it's racist. So it's a great point.
Does he need
Just
to be a
because
Black Panther?
Just because I'm black doesn't mean I can't eat watermelon.
Yeah,
just because
for
I'm
sure.
black doesn't mean I can't eat fried chicken.
But Lush believes that black people have to only inhabit one identity, and it's like Freddie Gibbs and West Side Gun.
That sounds like
and
what you believe.
Malcolm X.
Like, and it sounds like you're very, very quick to want to erase history and like overlook things that might.
I don't think black people should be forced to live without joy just because.
That sounds like a very. That sounds very.
Have you noticed that Adam and Lush have been getting into a lot more arguments, and Lush is a lot more snappy with Adam lately? Am I the only one that's been noticing that? How you know what I'm saying? Are we trapping it? Hey man, appreciate y'all, the real one and only. I appreciate you, man. I'm on kick. Y'all share with it, man. I'm on kick. Rich Trapper, I'm on kick, man. I'm kicking it. We kicking it. But am I tripping, or do it seem like Adam and Lush have been getting into it a lot lately? A lot of flute flammery, skullduggery, and an awful lot of larceny. Am I tripping?
Very vitriolic.
Slavery existed.
And I think
a couple
we're
hundred years
really
ago.
like, I'm kind of trying to give other people a chance because I know that coming from me, it's not going to have the
So
same.
if he was skinny and light skinned, would you be saying the same thing?
I think there's definitely a degree of the visual, but I also feel like it's not based on his appearance per se. It's about what he's choosing to emphasize, the way he's doing it, and the type of content. If I'm fucking crazy and out of pocket, let me know.
No, you're not.
If
No,
I
no.
if I'm tweaking,
Because the
let
fact
me
that,
know.
but look, if the fact that it triggers that thought, and that's what comes to your thought, that's your opinion, that's real. You know what I mean? Like when I look at him, I'm just embarrassed. I don't want, like, why are you doing that shit?
What kind? Like, what's his food content like? What is he? How does he eat the food?
He shoves a huge
Big
bite in his
old
mouth. He
bite.
opens his mouth as wide as possible and takes the
what up,
biggest
Rick?
bite ever.
What's going on?
Which
That's
I
my
think.
brother, Rick Rock.
What up, Rick? How you doing? I think most people assume that he only takes that one bite.
Interesting.
At least
There was
that's how
actually
it's.
Yeah, he takes like this big shark bite and like he calls it, and he just gorges and like shoves food in his mouth. It's really good.
Another dude that was doing it with him too.
Oh, okay. Well,
You got a fallout?
Yeah,
They got.
should we look up some of the content with him and that guy eating together?
Hey, so why is it ain't just he entertaining and branding shit?
That's what I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying it's an abbreviation for that when they be slurping and making all that noise. And my daughter used to watch this.
ASMR.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
like
It ain't no
why-
ASMR though with this, bro. They kind of look like they
Okay,
trying-
but-
Mila?
it looks
How you
like
doing?
it looks
Jimmy
like
in the kitchen?
Yeah, this is legendary.
Hey,
Oh,
this shit looks stupid. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, that's my pops a fish fry. That's his barbecue sauce. Everything
The
like
savory cupcake looks insane.
that shit is crazy.
Sheesh.
oh yeah, that
Shit.
part.
Here we go. That visual,
Like
like Big Groove would do.
Big group.
So they just stopped in the middle of the podcast to go get food, I guess.
Big Groove would do that.
Yeah, hey, Les, you sound like a big roof hater, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
But
Yeah.
crazy that his name is Big Groove, and it does not seem as if he is from Hoover in any way.
No, but he danced though. That's where it come from, right? He be
Started out.
He's the original.
He be in a race.
Oh my
He be-
god! Thank you
This
so
is
much.
my sister's
Wow.
Camila. This is
Hi.
in the
Hello, how you
kitchen.
doing?
Wow. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, likewise.
This is legendary.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, not much. Everything good?
Yes, sir. Hey,
Yup,
man.
yup.
What's going on? How you doing? Hey.
Rios'
yeah.
family came through with some
Legend, what's up?
insane activities.
And so this is wait. So this is wait, go ahead. Tell us what
So
it is.
right here, those were the savory cupcakes.
Yes.
Went viral.
Uh-huh.
So I brought those for you guys to try. And then you guys have garlic noodles.
This is
short ribs
insane.
on top.
And short ribs, garlic noodles and short ribs. Boom.
Shout out to
There-
Rios
there's-
blessing us.
Nothing I don't love
Camila,
right
let's
here.
go. Cute
You're
in the
goated.
kitchen. This shit smells amazing.
Right? And then we're from Long Beach, so we got a break with it.
Yeah.
My brother Rick, let's go. And we got
Look at
the
Double waiting for some over there. Like a dog.
They copying BOF for sure with the food coming up.
it's Big Mo's fish fry.
Oh, amazing. Oh.
Yeah. That Mo Better?
Yeah. Oh, I just realized it's your brand.
Yeah. Long Beach on there, you know.
Hey man, shout out to the leather shorts, man. Shout out to the leather shorts.
Get that flavor on there. Yeah.
Legendary.
Hey, Rick. There you go. Let's go. Mo Better the beach. You feel me? Shouts to the
Them leather shorts gonna put that flavor on there.
beach. Hey. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fire Yair.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Incredible.
much.
Yeah, that's why I came out the hoodie.
Hey,
You're right here.
try the savory muffins first.
Yeah. That's what we're doing.
So is Lush gonna feed Munchie B?
Oh, you don't want?
Oh, wait.
He tried to grab like the mashed potato part.
It's all good. Pick up one.
Hey, my boy Pillsbury, where Doughboy?
I'm right here.
I ain't far.
Yeah, Doughboy, we need somebody with your passion for food to come help.
Yeah, Cam Sam, you smelt the food.
Get one of the muffins in there.
And can you tell us your Instagram so I can bring it up on the screen?
KUTE in the kitchen.
KTE in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. All right, we can eat it.
Yeah, they ain't got no food like this in MacArthur Park. Huh?
Oh no, everybody's starving out there. Yo, can you bring it up on the screen so they can see it? This is
Everybody's starving out there.
This is the Instagram, and she's located out in Long Beach /LA. And so, if anybody wants some plates or anything, tap in. She got a menu on here and everything. So,
good looking out.
If you want to support up and coming small business, get involved. Look, they got all the visuals on here.
She's been going viral lately with her with the muffins and the cake. She made a whole cake like this.
Oh wow.
Okay.
That's sick. What is these beef patties right here?
All right, so I guess that's what we're talking about.
Or
like this is, am I tripping or is this a trash episode of No Jumper? Like
Oh, no,
nothing against the food. The food looks amazing. Nothing against her.
He's like,
but
he
what?
birthed it, but
Yeah,
I feel like
that's cool.
he didn't keep it going. He got sick of it.
well,
Camila.
Mm.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's go.
This is fire.
you guys are amazing. Yeah, whoa.
No, legendary.
If Doughboy likes it, you know it's good.
The boy.
He don't let nobody eat on the pod.
Yeah.
You know what?
Oh man, yeah, free young ant.
I'll get your fork work.
Is this really? Is this because of Compton and Rick Crack, Loki? What? I mean, he was like, "We got a barbecue on the podcast."
Oh yeah, we did say that.
I know.
We argued about that. Oh man.
My Rick Rock was somebody having a barbecue pit.
Dinosaur ribs.
You guys go follow her.
Yeah, okay. This is stupid. They're not talking about anything. Let's go into this. Charleston White talking about why he got popped at in Houston. Let's get into this content. Shout out to Vlad TV.
All right, here we go. Charleston White, welcome back to Vlad TV.
I'm gonna keep coming back to you. Say I can't, Vlad.
Well, we have to talk about the whole Houston alleged Jay Prince shooting situation.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
I hit you right away and said, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah.
I had just got I got the iPhone Pro 17s, so a lot of my information didn't transfer. So a lot of people's names didn't come with the numbers. So contrary to what everybody's saying, I had no knowledge I was going to Fifth Ward. I was booked by a media company that booked for a up and coming podcast called The Chill Show out of Houston. So I was booked there, and then I had to go meet with a guy that makes my merchandise and my product out of Lamarck, Texas, from G County Apparel. So I had those two bookings on my itinerary. My flight
Charleston White said, "I'm about to go get my chili."
Was supposed to leave that Monday at 1 o'clock. So we filmed all night. I got into Houston Monday night. We filmed all night. We filmed Monday morning. I went from downtown Houston, drove to Lamarck, Texas to G County Apparel. That was like an hour away. On my way back to Houston, I called Dr. Candace Matthews. Say, "What's up, Doc?" Say, "Man, I'm in the city." She said, "Pull up on me. I'm having my birthday party tonight, this evening, at a little event." She said, "It's going to be from 5 to 9. I said, "Man, my flight leaving." I said, "Boy, but for you, Doc, yeah, I'll stay." So I rescheduled my flight. Had no other business in Houston. Some told me I possibly could run into Honeycomb Brazy. after the Vlad TV interview.
Okay. If I see Charlie White, I'm gonna slap his head out type of shit. Like, the world supposed to know that. This is when the world supposed to know, like, they don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that nigga said the world's supposed to know that. Knock his head off his shoulder. Okay. Not just one or two people, but the whole world. Got it.
if Razor ever see Charlie White, his head is slapped way over that way. They some world supposed to know, bro. Like, it's me, this Razor.
So I had honeycomb brazy in the back of my mind. And I said, man, I done flew in here with no luggage, no nothing. I just flew in, I'm flying out. Well, Hellcat lives in Houston, in the suburban areas outside of Houston. So I hit Hellcat up, she picked me up, say, let's go pull up on Dr. Candace Matthews. It'll be great for you to meet her. Here go to fly.
So this is 50 minutes. We're gonna fast forward a little bit because Charles White long.
One. Now it's over exaggerated because I blow it up a little bit and screenshot, to make it look like it's bigger than what it is. So it look like a rhino dick. And then I block it. So all the tough guys who have ever threatened me got my dick on their mind. What broke my heart? Rather than me going out that door right there, they're not listening to you, Doc. I told Doc, I said, I want to help that white guy, Chris Daniels. I want to help him work on his campaign from the back, try to help him get him voted. I like him. I had already just met him right there. She said, come on, let me introduce you to him. She took me from this side of the room. It's another door over there. She took me over there to that door, to that side.
Yeah, we're going to fast forward because I want to get to the part where Charleston White actually talked about the incident at hand.
Is the nigga that's always with Jay Prince with the nigga ain't. I don't think he had.
They looking for trouble. They looking for trouble. But nigga, we got political elected officials here. We got.
So when they tell me that, I said, say, homie, let me finish this right here. So when she snatched him away, they don't just move away. She had to give me the microphone to pay it off. So now I got the microphone and I done been told what to say. I don't know if I'm supposed to say, y'all, I apologize to Jay Print. I go in political mode because the event was political.
Say, drunk niggas, all the drunk niggas, listen up. 33% of your kids in Houston cannot read on or above their grade level. And I see why. Because when proper information is given, niggas get dumb. Niggas get stupid when real information come along. But I done seen niggas fill up the building. I done seen niggas come down here just because I'm here because they looking for trouble. They looking for trouble. But nigga, we got political elected officials here. We got county commissioners here. The person who got access to the files in the county running the county. Dumb niggas.
The whole 2.5 hours I was there, man, this was a political event. I never heard happy birthday. Nothing. Political candidates. So just so happened Hellcat had the meta glasses and we got the whole footage. So immediately after I'm talking, her security whisked me out the door. I don't know the danger. I'm just thinking a couple guys and came in. It's expected if I'm in Fifth Ward. This is expected if I'm in Fifth Ward. But when I got outside, remember I told you I was asleep when I got there. When I woke up, this is like a gentrified community. But when I walked back.
Yeah, it's for sure a gentrified community. You got whites and all kind of stuff over there. So for you niggas to be shooting in front of the whites, it's absolutely barbaric.
Back out there, it looked like the old Fifth Ward. Niggas everywhere. They got the car surrounded. This nigga by the door ready to take off on me. They could have easily, boom, when I walked out the door, got a couple punches in.
Let's go. Let's go. Man, fuck them nigga. We ain't rushing out here for nothing.
But to position, man, listen, this is why I love real police officers. They'll put their life on the line for you. Whether they know you're not. They took an oath in a duty. That's why I love real motherfucking cops, nigga, and real soldiers who swear. I come from a family of them. I watched 2 officers step in between me and 30 niggas. But when I got to the car, I look around and see all these black men and black people here for little bitty me, for what I done said online, I could just be put in the car. I stood up with the talking, man, you bitch ass nigga ain't gonna do nothing. Strutting like a rooster in the hen house. Because now I'm appalled and I'm seeing everybody got their phones out. So I got to go out like Denzel. King Kong ain't got shit on me. That's what I did and got in the.
You know Charleston White gonna make it a show every single time. Every time he gonna do it. Every time he gonna do it for the gram. Charleston White gonna do it for the chat, even when the chat not available.
Fuck any nigga mad about something. Ain't now one of them whole ass nigga gonna do nothing. Ain't now one of them whole ass nigga gonna do nothing. And I showed up by myself, nigga. Pussy foot. I seen your Jones type bitch ass nigga. Yeah, I showed up by myself in your hood, pussy.
And told Cat, hit the gas, them niggas coming. Who them niggas jumping in them cars coming? And so the way I left, I made a nigga happy. Niggas supposed they supposed to do, they supposed to throw a brick at the car. They supposed to do something the way they can't left. Cause you hear everybody saying, man, why y'all protecting that whole ass nigga? There's enough of y'all to get through the protection. So once I went home and got out of danger, not knowing that I was in danger, I thought about it. I said, ooh, boy, this is gonna be the best viral moments the internet have had and seen this year.
Hold on. Wasn't there a shooting that happened though?
Yeah. Soon as we drive.
Yeah, Charleston White got popped at.
Off, somebody shoot toward the car in the air. We just heard a gunshot.
Okay.
We just heard a gunshot. We like, man, I know them niggas ain't shooting. Man, come on now. I know, man, listen. In 2026, all the Lil Durk murder cases and the King Von and the NBA young boy, young niggas don't shoot one shot in the air. That was an old nigga. I was a nigga in his late 40s, early 50s, that don't have a bunch of bullets. They fired off one shot. The streets done already gave his name up. Wack, man, soon they, man, Wack 100 got to, man, they already get names up.
Yeah, the nigga called me and told me exactly who shot him.
Wack 100 got the names already? Wow, that's good police work.
The streets done already gave his name up. Wack, man, soon they, man, Wack 100 got to, man, they already get names up.
Yeah, the nigga called me and told me exactly who shot him. Nigga name. So it's a young nigga, old nigga? Is the nigga that's always with Jay Prince with the nigga name. I don't think he actually tried to hit him. I think the nigga was outside showing out. And then just shot at, I don't know if he, tried to shoot. I have no idea, but that's who shot though. Nigga name.
Before I even got to the house, they got the names. It was, man, look, is an old nigga. So what I realized, Vlad, the young niggas ain't mad at me. When I see the young YNs that'll really kill you, that'll with the switches, I didn't love say, what NBA young boy do to you? Give me gas. So I'm funny to them. Why? Aiden put me before the young streamers. It's these old gangster niggas.
The young dudes for sure love Charles White because he's entertaining as hell.
Who's not used to a weenie guy or a rat guy talking to them like this in real life. Well, I'm not saying this to you guys in real life. I'm saying this shit in the metaverse world. What the fuck are you street guys doing on the internet? Getting offended by internet guys. Because all the shit I'm saying on the internet. If you're really in the streets, why does what on the internet says affect you in the streets? And you're really in the streets. So let me tell you what happened. There's some detectives that know I was there that put the Waymo car out there for when I get ready to leave. It wasn't no coincidence that the Waymo car was just so happened to be behind. I was there 2.5 hours. Word got out, Charleston was there. Houston police chief just 3 years ago stopped me from coming to Houston at an event with Miss Parents Against Predators where I was a keynote speaker because of this incident with me and James. Remember? So word got out those officers got a call. Salute to duty. Nah. Houston police would have took a hit, something would have happened to him. James told them niggas to stand down. But James Prince really don't run and control nothing if you ain't on his payroll. Them old niggas know that James got a week and a flaw to his game. He done made it long enough without the FBI, and one slip will get it. That one slip, that gunshot may have gotten it. To tell you why. It's highly documented and known that that was a political function. It wasn't a birthday party. It was real political candidates there, whose names is really on the ballot.
So Charleston White can't understand why these dudes would be, you know, acting the way they're acting, conducting themselves the way they're conducting themselves in a room full of politicians. That would actually be a little bit further than conducting yourself in a room full of gang members and all that. In a room full of politicians, you should damn near, you know, 100% be ready to go to jail for conducting yourself in a less than substantial way, for lack of better words.
So all of these people came up here for intimidation because we got it on camera what they told me to say. Hey, Charleston, y'all break that up. She had to stop it. They waited outside. They gave us the name of the shooter. They cleared Jay Prince's name and said Prince told him to stand down. The fact that his right-hand man came to deliver a message to me. So before I can even process all this, I went to sleep. I never heard from Dr. Candace Matthews. Hey, brother, you all right? I'm the only nigga left you some money on your shirt, bitch. That day, bitch, I left $200. Hey, brother, you all right? Nothing. I get a call the next morning. Brother, man, they on my ass. Man, they trying to make it seem like I brought you down there. And I could tell the way she was talking, it was people around her.
Now, you could tell that Charleston White is definitely shooken up by this situation. You could tell that he's definitely not happy, but I could definitely understand his sentiments. You come trying to celebrate this girl's birthday party, this lady's birthday party, you're around political figures and all that kind of stuff. Don't you niggas be out here acting crazy, man? You got some sense. Don't be acting crazy in front of the politicians.
Brother, they trying to make it seem like I brought you down there to come do all this, brother. Now, my flyer was on my page, brother. So she gave me hints.
So she's trying to distance herself from the situation.
And I lied for her.
Huh.
I said I just popped up on my own.
Huh.
But before I can come out.
Well, now you're telling the truth on it.
Out and tell the truth. Somebody on TikTok was watching my live this morning when she called, when me and her was on the phone, and she invited me. I had on speakerphone. The TikTok live recorded her inviting me. And somebody said, no, she invited her. He lied for her. Then she released the metaverse glass. Then James Prince Jr. came out and said that I was never inside the establishment. That I pulled up and I fired the shot.
Oh, they try to blame you for the shooting.
And Dr. Candace Matthews never came out and said nothing. She let me make it seem like, so that's when I said, nah, I can't lie for you, doc. So there's a recorder of me saying, doc, but I lied for you, doc. But you dissing yourself, I lied for you. You invited me. And guess what? You kept reassuring me of my safety. And you looked me in my eyes, in her eyes, and said, you talked to James Prince. And you told him. And that's the only reason I was there.
Damn, Charleston White, they set you up, my boy. Man, they said my boy C White up for the ultimate flu flare. Golly, man, it's always a Mickey, Icky, Tricky, Vicky, Sticky situation in these streets.
My nigga, swear to God, man. I've been gone on a flight. I already got the money. So man, what? I'm just here for Dr. Matthews, just to bless her with some money.
Okay, so you got out safe. The shooting happened. So now you're pressing charges?
Several officers from other different law enforcement agencies saying that their Waymo camera got everything. Their phone record
Now, if it was a Waymo over there, you for sure got everything on camera because Waymo is a live direct feed, not only to law enforcement, but to the Waymo headquarters.
Just go show everything. This was intimidation or an attempt on my life. So, as of Tuesday, he was just calling to see. That Wednesday, because of it became a trending topic in the state of Texas picks up the charges. Right? So it became an unofficial investigation. I had to fly back.
Now that's how I go in the state of Texas, much like California. The state can pick it up. If something happens online and the state deems it to be a crime, they can decide, hey, you know what? We actually want to investigate the situation. Let's go ahead and pick it up and see exactly what we can find out about the people involved, and we'll go from there.
The fly back to Miami, I had a show. I had to move. So, so I moved into my new house. I did my show. I was booked here with you. So I'll be back in Houston on Monday, actually making it an official investigation.
Well, Jay Prince seemingly responded to you without naming your name. He said, never allow a maggot to draw you down to this level. A maggot will always beat you at being a maggot. Eventually, maggots become flies, eating shit, agitating others, and spreading contamination until their last days. I've lived with roaches, rats, and flies most of my life, all trying to eat off my plate. Eventually, the universe rewarded them all, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
He must got a 4th grade reading education. He's been talking like that since '87. That Wizard of Oz talk don't scare nobody.
That Wizard of Oz talk is hilarious.
What's a maggot?
Keep that cryptic talk over there.
We know what a is. What's a maggot? He making up shit now. I'm saying he must got see these riddles the nigga talk with. Real men don't talk how he talk. This is one thing I've learned about the Prince family. Starting from senior to junior. They lie a lot. And when they're innocent, they don't talk. When Jay Prince and them innocent, they don't respond to nobody. They only respond when they're guilty. When Takeoff died, they went on a media tour. When the jewel...
That's tricky. Now, Charleston White has been very adamant of blaming Jay Prince Jr. for the unalivement of Takeoff. He's been extremely vocal about that, So it's crazy to hear Charleston White speaking so matter of fact about these dudes when we know how, the reputations and all that kind of stuff play out in the streets.
Nigga died, they went on a media tour. Every time something happens, they try to come get out. But what we notice is they have a consistent pattern of behavior. They never tell the truth. The All-Star JR shooting, Junior lied and said he had just showed up.
Damn, I forgot about that too. Yeah, Junior got to stay out of shit, man. Quavo situation, the Offset situation, the All-Star JR situation. Junior be involved in way too much to be the son of a multimillionaire.
Man, come on now. So, first Junior said, I shot the gun. Now I'm a maggot bothering them. It bewilders me that when I said fuck mob ties and Jay Prince, I didn't even have $50,000 in my bank account. I didn't even have $50,000 in my bank account. I had a 750 Li BMW Benz that I bought cash, I had low mileage. And I had a bunch of guns. How do I get a mob mogul? How do I get such a rich man that owns an island in another world? How did I get his ear to where he becomes so fragile as a mob boss and as a leader and as an author and a mogul? How did I get his ear to affect his feeling?
Because he's sick of you, nigga. Because he's sick of you.
Where he'll risk the empire at the time for...
Jay Prince is sick of you, bro. Jay Prince is sick of everything that has to do with Charleston White. He's tired of you, bro. You're a fly in his ear. He needs you gone.
Guy who didn't have $50,000 in his bank account. So now everybody know the feds is watching him. Everybody know this, been watching him. Why? Because by way of Dr. Candace Matthews and her dealing with people like people who can run for county clerk, that's what's taking so long with this case. See, Dr. Candace Matthews is a paid actor by the Democratic Party, or whomever is the highest bidder. That's why she didn't take the Carmelo Anthony case initially. Brother Cornell X is my nigga. I love him to death. He been getting in white folk faces, talking loud, like he go whoop a white boy since the mid-90s. We ain't seen him knock a white boy out yet. But he talk like he get in a white man's face and act like he'll break a white man's jaw. We ain't seen him break one yet. We ain't seen them turn a down gang-banging nigga. So let me stick to where I need y'all to follow as I need the FBI to listen. The reason this case is taking so long is your county clerk who works for the court, your court clerk, they got the power to say, put this file in Judge such and such court. No, it take 2 or 4 years. Put it in that court and then move it around. That's why the man ain't went to trial yet. That's the secret to him. Whenever you can go down at the bottom and you can.
Charleston White feel like he done got the whole industry in the chokehold. You feel me? Now, again, when he was out there in Texas, it's definitely a shame of what happened. And if he really did, get accosted and that lady didn't show love to him, that's really a shame and all that. But what I will say is this too. Charleston White is very provoking of his enemies. He's very provoking of people that he doesn't care for. So at times, it's not hard to understand why somebody would want to accost Charleston White, put him in a costume. But regardless of the fact, you gotta just be careful, man. You gotta be careful.
Be where I was, it's power and influence. Wow, most of them people there are working for crumbs, so they take bribes. I learned that shit from working in. So I understand where I was after I left, when she distanced herself from me and wasn't man enough. So I want to show you my phone records, Vlad. I've been knowing Dr. Candace over 10 years. In 10 years, I've never had this many phone calls from her. Almost 24 hours after the shooting. Not to, hey, brother, you all right? I heard a shot out there. Now you all right? Hey, man. So the first call was, brothers, man, they trying to run my name in the mud. Man, trying to run my name. I said, man, they wrong, doc. You didn't do nothing. Them niggas did that. Them niggas wrong. Not knowing she throwing me under the bus. So about 30 minutes later, I get another call. Brother, they threatening my husband. Her husband get on from here, man. Oh, come on, old school, for real, man. They running a skirt play on me. And I'm falling for it. I'm falling for it. Till Jay Prince come out and say, I fired a shot in the car. As if I rolled the fifth ward. I don't even know what fifth ward is in Houston. I'm not from Houston to know what fifth ward is. And no gun.
Shout out to Hellcat.
Hanging out the window. And one of the most dangerous places in Houston. Where he got the police on the payroll. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I was playing when I act like I maced the cat. Ain't maced no goddamn cat. When I put that gun at that nigga, he hadn't even pulled in the driveway yet. I'm just playing for the camera. I ain't putting no gun at that nigga. But on camera, like I did, he hadn't even pulled.
I'm not saying this is true, but you have claimed that you have evidence linking mob ties to Takeoff's 2022 murder in Houston, and you plan on turning this over to the feds.
Yeah, you heard that video. You played it. You came back and played it. That guy was there. That guy there was there. He's the nigga that shoot the bad dice. Old school working nigga come through looking like he ain't got much, hitting them dice on the table. But boy, he cold in a motherfucker.
Okay, but what evidence are you turning over?
I can't tell you that, Vlad.
Okay, fair enough.
You heard the tape. You heard the tape.
Sick. Charleston White is a cold individual, man. And the only thing colder than Charleston White is Charleston White and Wack 100 together. Blue Flamorous.
Why? They was there. Listen, Jay Prince holding them game. That's why I done stopped. Too many niggas done got killed in their hands with the gambling shit. If you go to Houston and you a rapper, you got to come through that gambling game. If you're a basketball player, we gonna stop over here. And you and your nigga got to lose some money. It's mandatory. No different. It's the big U shit. You like to gamble anyway. So it's safe if you go everywhere else. But if you go and check in with the Prince family, you checking in to die. You checking in to be backdoored. Every hoe you fuck with is one of they hoes. That's why Honeycomb Brady and mama said, man, I want my own house. It's they house. It's theirs. But they just a small tribe in Houston. They don't run the whole Houston. Them South Park, them Southwest Side, no, they don't listen to Jay Prince. Why? We know he's a rap label owner. He's not a mob boss. If you down at the bottom and you need a tools infused for a pair of new tennis shoes, yeah.
All right, man. So that's Charleston White giving his dissertation of what's going on with him and Jay Prince. Let's slide back over here to No Jumper and see if they got anything interesting going on, because when we left them, they weren't talking about nothing. But let's jump back.
Support her. It's all good. It's a family-owned business. Support. She is, and I'm not
Pumping
just
this shit up.
This shit is.
That's really the cake. Lost you know about me is that like when the food comes out of the restaurant, I just stop.
Is anybody watching No Jumper? Do they talk about anything? Because it's why they talk about nothing.
You know, I don't think so.
You owe me some pussy if I'm sitting in the car.
No, but I should pick you. Yeah,
they didn't do a sting.
She's in a hospital.
I was the joke.
But Adam.
No, sorry.
You just did.
She's real. She's real.
She exists, guys.
She's a real.
And look how she did him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I had the homegirl on my crib cleaning up.
Wait, Remy Ma did something to him? I thought he.
No, Remy Ma
held her
did
down for like 6-7 years while she was locked up, and then when he got out, she cheated on him with Easy the Block Captain.
She spent the block on the block captain. I think he still. Hey, bro, that is not straight, bro. Look, because if you go to like visit jails, a female prison day visiting room don't look like the males. We got support from females. We got multiple females. They shit probably their auntie, their daughters and kids. They don't got men coming up there visiting them and shit.
Yes, they do.
So man, no, they don't.
No, not like how they do for the men. No,
you gotta look at our visiting shit and look at they shit. It's night and day. And you had this dude hold you down for 7 years. You come home and you fuck the help.
Yeah, within but to be fair, she didn't cheat for like a couple years, probably.
No, but she's like, you know,
she was cheating in there.
I love Remy because you know what?
Girl?
Yeah, she was cheating in there with girls.
That's not cheating to me though.
I'm lying.
Nigga, she fucked the help as well.
I'm just.
I mean, not. She's the lead
For the court.
They're not talking.
Nah, she thirsty for that.
They're not talking about shit on No Jumper today, boy. When I say they're not talking about shit, y'all, they're not talking about shit. Let me see if I can find some more stuff to give y'all reactions to, because this is slow pickings, boy. Let me look around a little bit, these YouTube streams.
Yeah, more of a crew, but called the Lowlifes. And their whole thing was that they would go to all the department stores all over Manhattan and just steal mad Polo and Ralph Lauren shit and just get fly as hell just from stealing shit.
Yo, Boosa Mad Grail shit, son.
In like the 80s and shit.
Oh, I got a bone to pick with you.
And 90s.
I got a bone to pick with you.
Let's talk about
You said that here on the West Coast we wasn't wearing Eddie Bauer.
Okay.
Crazy. My uncle had an Eddie Bauer truck.
I love the way
Eddie Bauer
He's
edition.
always black exploiting this guy.
Okay.
Like, these niggas are talking about Eddie Bauer trucks.
Hey.
Come on, bro. Like,
To the universe, please.
my daughter had an Eddie Bauer car seat, but don't worry about it.
Everybody, make sure you smash the like button. As
I had a baby that young. I had a baby, I had my first daughter when I was in 2001. And she had an Eddie Bauer car seat. Sure did. And my dad had an Eddie Bauer Expedition. Had an Eddie Bauer car seat.
we dive into more and more topics on this, our dying allegations that Big U ran him down.
Okay.
Video of Doughboy, not our Doughboy, the other Doughboy, the free band Doughboy, denying allegations that Big U ran him down while with Sierra at LAX following new federal indictment. So this has obviously been the talk of the town that Big U has been hit with some new charges. Let's play this old clip of Doughboy speaking on it, and let's be clear that like Future never really talks about any street shit at all. So him reposting Doughboy speaking on it is basically like the closest I think that he will get to speaking on it. Whoa, and I just realized it's Future shared a no jumper post.
Oh shoot!
Which one?
I didn't even realize that. That's ill.
The one with Doughboy response to Wack 100.
Yeah, Doughboy talking about this situation was in fact he shared a old no jumper reel, I guess, which is insane.
Start off just lying though. Nigga said, "What's the one bitch name? The singer bitch."
Hey, I don't appreciate how Adam 22 and Moose Man both acted like they didn't understand what I was talking about when they were on the camera. When both of them, on camera and on chat or on the phone with me, were both like, "Yeah, Wack's pretty much a rat" and all that kind of stuff. But then they get on camera, "Oh, well, we're Trapper really didn't prove," and blah 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 this and blah 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 that. Like, Moose Man, I be trying to rock out with you, bro, but you got too much 304 on you, my dude. You got too much 304 on you, my dude. And Moose Man likes to say little slick things and make little comments. Moose Man gonna have to get a demonstration, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. When I see Moose Man, I might have to demo him out. Like, demo him all the way out, bro. He not gonna be able to talk his way out of it. He not gonna be able to facilitate his way out of it. He not gonna be able to politic his way out of it. I'm gonna have to full-blown demo Moose Man all the way out, bro. It's a guaranteed demo. I'll try, but some people only understand the demonstration.
You know Sierra name, bro. Stop playing. Niggas is crazy, bro.
He is describing something that Wack always does, where Wack pretends that he doesn't know something, and then within minutes, it's very clear that he knows exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, like he don't know I'm black.
The clip of Flacco when he meets Flacco, and then within like 2 minutes, he goes, "I'm gonna tell you something. Is that this guy right here is bringing more energy to this building than anybody else here." So shit, it's like he. So much about him, and he tried to lie. So it's funny that Doughboy goes right into accusing him of it.
Like, bro, and then it don't even sound realistic at all, though. Like, you telling me you ran down on Pluto? Oh, this nigga crazy. Niggas start off just lying, though.
The new indictment includes allegations that in 2014, Henley and his associates assaulted and later chased a Grammy-winning recording artist through Los Angeles International Airport to collect the debt and failed to show respect, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office in L.A. Although the artist is only identified by his initials, NDC, the Times was able to identify him through social media and news reports as Future. So, I mean, I don't know. I got a lot of people on my case, and thank you so much. Appreciate you. I'm going to tag you on Instagram in a second.
I appreciate you.
Thanks,
it was great.
Real shit. But I mean, I guess like the overall theme is that a lot of people are kind of on my case acting like I'm not doing enough to expose how Wack is.
They're not fucking with you because you had me come on to No Jumper by way of a phone call to give you the exact breakdown and the content that you low-key wanted. And that's another thing, because why is Adam taking my call on No Jumper? Because he wants to expose Wack 100 and what's going on. And you knew what you were doing by getting me up there. See, it was all a part of the play. Adam wanted me to expose Wack. You feel me? Adam wanted me to put this information onto No Jumper. That way, Wack could finally have his just due. But then we're talking about it and everything makes perfect sense. And then you go, "Oh, well, technically you didn't blah, blah, blah." Like, the fans are smarter than that. The fans have more self-respect than that. The fans have more gumption, more brain power than that. They have more than a degree level IQ, as Lush would say. Why would you think that they wouldn't be able to see through the play? Why would you think that they'd be able to see through you acting like you don't know exactly that Wack said he chased Future through the airport?
Clearly working with authorities to put this allegation on Big U. Personally, I do not know that, but some people seem to think that I'm not trying hard enough to like extract the truth because, I guess to a lot of people, being mentioned in federal paperwork at all is enough that you need to like really be put on the fire. But I don't really see how it's Wack's fault. He did tell a story on a podcast or on a Clubhouse room about Big U kind of chasing Future. But I don't think it's reasonable to assume that that is the kind of thing that would make its way into a case, given that he never said that he hit Future. He never said that they did any kind of violence against him. He just said that he kind of like, jogged after him to speak to him about an actual $10,000 debt, which
That's
is,
not the
it's
truth.
reasonable.
That's not the truth. You said that Wack said that he ran through the airport for purposes of extorting Future on behalf of Trick Trick.
Well, if somebody owes you $10,000, you're not allowed to beat the shit out of him, but you're allowed to walk on up to him and ask him.
But like the aura that surround these people like Trick and Big U, you know what it is. So somebody like can't be in our backyard and owe somebody money and all it, with the aggressive manner and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It come off as extortion. You know
That's
what
what the feds are trying to
right. That's how.
for, yeah.
Come on, bro. You already got that type of stigma to you. So that's what people go straight to.
But then let me ask you this question, Munchie.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that them making an assumption though? Like them, like they assuming that that's what it is. Like they're pushing that narrative, or if they have enough information other than that.
They don't have to assume anything because Wack told them that he was chasing them he was chasing him on behalf of Trick being able to recover a debt.
To be able to say,
well, that
makes sense.
It ain't got to be enough information. You just overact, and like it just see, he is this bad guy.
Yeah,
this story right here. So I don't think for it to be an overact, you got to be a fact.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about it is that the overt acts don't have to be things that have been charged. They don't have to be things that have been technically proven. It's basically like a rumor.
The only way they could like make it a charge if Future corroborated, be like, yeah, my Trick squeezed me for whatever amount and Wack tried to retrieve it like that. That's the only way they get a charge out of it. But they still bring this type of stuff up, just to make villainize the dude. You know what I'm saying?
It's also 14 years ago, which you would think that the statute of limitations,
not at the airport. That doesn't exist.
For jogging after somebody, even if you
geographic location of the crime definitely matters.
Like punched him or some shit, you'd think that like 14 years later you'd be in the clear. But the definition of overt acts says that basically these are charges that they are going to bring, which is so strange. Like that's actually like that they're saying that because it doesn't seem like it's true. Like
I don't know enough about the feds is sophisticated like to know how it's easy. It's more simpler in the state. Like, but they probably got ways they can still charge.
It's more simpler. I don't love that education system.
Or somebody I don't know, but
for just proper grammar, you don't have to say more simpler. You could just say it's simpler. You don't have to say more simpler. That just basic levels of a second grade education, English classes, whatever.
Let's be honest. If you know somebody they got the boys looking at them as like the police, why are you even talking about this type of stuff?
So basically, an overt act is an outward, tangible action taken by at least one person in a group to help move an illegal plan or agreement forward. So basically, key rules in overt act. The action must happen after the criminal agreement is made. It does not need to be a crime. The act itself can be completely legal on its own, like buying a map, renting a car, or sending a text. And it proves commitment. It shows the plan is real and moving towards a goal rather than just being talk. So the question, though, is what is the criminal agreement that
talk? What's the talk?
Like if Big U...
The criminal agreement is when Wack agreed to chase Future through the airport on behalf of Trick.
Or if Future owed Big U or Big U's friend $10,000, that's not a criminal act. That's not a criminal agreement unless it was for something criminal. And then him running up to him to speak to him is not criminal. I don't know. It's like
taxing somebody is illegal. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's the whole reason for the.
But I think it's a legitimate debt. I think it's like 10,000
him for real.
Yeah, like it's not like it's like, oh, you owe us 10 grand just because you're here. That's easy. That's extortion for sure. But I think it's like a legitimate debt. Although to be fair, 14 years later, like, does it even matter? Like, would they be able to prove one way or another if this debt was like really like a lawful debt?
If they got some conversations on wiretap or something, or you know what I'm saying, or Future corroborated, they'll be able to prove it that way. If not, then it's just no.
You know what? That makes so why you said it's unlike him to respond to things like this. Why would he even try to go to the internet to disclaim it?
And actually,
that's unlike him.
And kind of late because they've been talking about this story about Future for like years now. And then it was mentioned in this federal paperwork. Like, so now he's responding to it. But even that, it's like, that was like 5 days ago.
But it makes sense to respond now though, because who wanna be associated with that type thing? You this lean sipping rapper, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it don't paint you in a good light.
Fuck up your brand, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now
Bro,
people
they're
are
not
going to be
talking
worried
about
about
anything about the actual case. Like the lack of education and information about this subject that they have is incredible. And the fact that Adam won't bring anybody on to No Jumper who actually knows about this topic is incredible. We're talking about an overt act, and we spent 15 minutes with Munchie B trying to define a word that he can't readily pronounce. Adams 22 trying to dance around the fact that he knows that there's proof of Wack 100 being mentioned in Big U's paperwork as a victim and as a cooperant. You feel me? So I'm not really sure like what the whole point of this situation is. It just really doesn't seem like it's really, you know, it doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. This is wild. It doesn't. Like, we're not actually talking about the case. This is really lazy content and really lazy podcasting. Really lazy podcasting. Like, we're not getting any new information. We're not getting any anecdotes. We're not getting any nuances. We're not getting any opinions. We're not getting any facts. We're not getting any suggestions. No colorful takes. No conspiracies. We're not getting anything about this conversation. They're just like, oh, because it's an overt act, and I guess I don't know, maybe I guess no, something, maybe like, come on, bro.
hanging out.
Am I tripping, chat, or is this one of the more lackluster No Jumper episodes?
Around Future, they might think that there's gangsters about to run up on them. By the way, what do you think Les is doing?
He had got a phone call.
Really?
Maybe she called from jail.
So he's probably gonna have something.
Maybe she's dead.
That whole Atlanta, like, I mean, just everything all going on right now, it's like everybody should just be careful and cool on what they talking. You know what I mean? Because it just seemed like we used to trip out that they was like, oh, there's hip hop police. You know what I mean? I remember when we found that out, it was like various is like, oh shit, there's police that are investigating rap. It seemed like they are involved in all this shit, and partial to play with this shit is the podcast,
yeah, well, at least I'm a reaction video.
Clubhouses, the so much communication about this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's adding fuel to like
they not even giving me nothing to react to.
Unsolved crimes. You know what I mean? Like, it makes them not look good.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I think people deliberately getting on different platforms on purpose and throwing stuff out there.
Do you think Flacco and Wack have basically like teamed up to run a little mini YG smear campaign?
Teamed up, period. And I ain't just YG.
Just in general?
Yeah, they.
Man, so I guess that's true. That's true, but whatever. We up out of here to the next one, man. Kick it. We can get into it. Streets of Vegas. Then don't watch, bitch. Easy call. How about you get on your trash ass channel and go make a fucking video? How about that? Better yet, let's see something real quick. Since you the nigga, let me see something real quick. Hold on. Street Vegas YouTube. Let me see. I'll tell you which one. Give me one of those bags. Oh, he's a failed reaction channel. Oh, he wants to do reactions, but he can't. Cause he not good at it. Oh, he not good at it. He made one video and he did something. Why you didn't keep going? You talking about you doing reactions to half naked? Oh man, he not good at it. Oh man, him not good. Oh man, him not good at it. Him watching me live him dream out for him. Him not. Okay. Got it. Okay. I need to see him. The light green one. That one here, him. Yeah, him mad. Him not good at making reactions. Him not good at making reactions. Oh, him not good. I was gonna block him, but him need some encouragement. Him need his daddy. Him need his daddy. It's okay. I'm milk daddy too. I'm milk daddy too, so you ain't gotta worry about it. Let me see something real quick before we go into this, because no jumper is dry today. Am I tripping or is it dry on a jumper? Am I tripping or is it dry on a jumper? And I wish the ice cream truck. Dylan and Kaden, are y'all asleep? You have any cash? Is there some cash right there? How much is it? Y'all want to go outside to the ice cream truck? Is it at least $6? All right, go ahead. Y'all want to talk about it? Miss Ice Cream Truck, talk about it, Miss Ice Cream Truck. Or you can go out there and get your ice cream. You want to talk to me about it, or you want to get your ice cream? And y'all can sit outside at the table and eat it. That should have killed me. I don't know. And I want to start making this reaction, but the ice cream truck is right there. So I'm gonna wait a second. Yeah, I am. I do want to show y'all this though. Hold on. Hey, did y'all see Wack 100's paperwork for that Texas case? Did y'all see Wack 100's paperwork for that Texas case? Man, let me see. Hold on. Like a baller, like a true shot caller. Let me see. Hold on. Can I get up with you? It's a nigga named Twister. Hold on. I'm pulling up for y'all right now. Hold on. Ooh. Just gotta make it. All right. Just gotta make it. Nah, nigga. I swear I got the Texas paperwork. Hold on. I'm about to show y'all right now, man. I'm about to show y'all right now. Like a baller. Y'all remember when I pressed Wack and he turned down the fade? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Yeah, man. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see.
Y'all know what it is.
Where is it? Here it is. It says proof Wack 1. So I'm with Street Certified News, and it says proof Wack 100 is an informant since 2006. Pow Pow case paperwork party part 2. So I'm not really sure where this is coming from. And again, all this is alleged because I don't know about anything like this. So I'm finding out with you guys. So let's see exactly what's going on in these YouTube streets. But big shout out to Street Certified News.
Man, Street Certified News, man. Shout out Big Bo. Shout out Wack.
Yo. It's your boy Michelle Guapo, man. Street Certified News. We back with another one. Man, first off, man, if you guys, we greatly appreciate it. And have really had negative words for Wack 160 stuff going on and Big U. And there's been a lot of people that have like kind of come out just more than us and have really had negative words for Wack 100 regarding his information and how he shares information and how it could potentially be helping law enforcement. Wack 100 continues to claim that, you know, he's a street guy and he abides by street codes and street rules, but he always seems to find himself embroiled in situations where he's given a little bit too much information to law enforcement, or he's being treated a little bit too lenient by law enforcement. Although we're not really gonna get into the Big U shit, we might get into it a little bit later. We wanted to get into a 2006 gun case
So this is a gun case that everybody always talks about that Wack allegedly was let off the hook, that he said there's no paperwork for it, but apparently this guy Street Certified News has allegedly found said paperwork. So let's see what he's talking about.
Where Wack 100 and his brother, both convicted felons, were caught with seemingly an artillery of firearms. Shout out to Active Chucks, Deuce M.
Shout out to Deuce Sims for giving us this original content.
We spoke to him later in the video. He gave us some insight. This was all information that he collected directly from the county office down there in Texas. So he'll talk to us about that later. In part 1 of the video, we spoke with gangster documentarian Al Prophet. In part 2, we're really going to break down this 2006 gun case and how it coincidentally lines up with an older story that we told you guys about Wack 100 getting caught on wiretap.
And this is a situation that I actually covered about a year ago, but nobody heard it. So I'm going to kind of bring it back up because especially with this situation with Big U and Wack 100 now being in the federal indictment, he's not named in the federal indictment, actually with Big U being charged with what Wack is actually guilty of, chasing Future. It just kind of makes you wonder what dealings, if any, Wack 100 has had with the federal government, as far as him, being of assistance. And when it comes to the things that he said, he's made it clear that he's had these conversations with these guys. He's made it clear that he's had these back and forth with these guys. He's even recorded conversations allegedly with the federal government and put it on YouTube. It just, again, would just make you wonder, overall, what is his relationship with these people?
With the Stutterbox, Liddell Rawls, Mark Stevens case, and the Main Street Mafia Crips. So, hey, man, look, with no further ado, it's all going to come together, man. Trust me, it's crazy. So, hey, with no further ado, man, it's your boy Michelle Guapo, man, Street Certified News. April 16th, 2005, safety trooper Darren Chase was on a routine patrol on Interstate 40 in Wheeler County, Texas.
So this is a case out of Wheeler County, Texas that Wack doesn't want anybody to talk about. Got it. But allegedly, this is when he first, allegedly started having his dealings with the government. But let's see.
When he would pull over a 2005 Cadillac for driving 77 in a 70-mile-per-hour speed zone. The driver, later identified as Cash McElroy Jones, stated that he was a truck driver and always ran about 5 miles over the limit. He also stated that he was en route to Tulsa, Oklahoma for a funeral. At some point during the traffic stop, the trooper would ask Cash Jones for permission to search his vehicle. After denying the request, K-9 units were called to the scene. During the search, troopers located a black rifle, black shotgun, a loaded black pistol, along with several clips and large amounts of ammunition for each gun. Following the recovery.
Yeah, see, this mixed with Wack admitting that he chased Future through the airport and admitting that he gave guns to the Crips, it's kind of tricky. I'm not gonna lie.
Free of the firearms from the vehicle, both Cash Jones and his passenger, who would later go on to be identified as his brother, would be arrested, with both men being charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Soon after this arrest, he would be briefly placed on a Fed hold before posting a $10,000 bond. Once out of jail,
the Fed hold is what's interesting because, it would assume that they were coming from different states with these firearms, cross-country firearm, trafficking, I guess is what you would call this on a elementary level. What happened in that Fed room that switched up your demeanor and your behavior?
Wack 100 would travel back to Los Angeles, where he would continue working with Death Row Records and Suge Knight. Only 2 years later, in January 2008, police would name Knight as one of the members of the mob Pyru Street gang in a crackdown by authorities in the city of Compton. Despite his music industry connections and now managing Ray J and rapper The Game, Wack 100's name would be left out of the crackdown. In that same year, Cash Jones, aka Wack 100, would be caught on wiretap, informing business partner Mark Stevens that the Main Street Mafia Crip leader Liddell Rawls was under investigation for the kidnapping and beating of Robert Ross, aka Stutterbox. Liddell Rawls, who who prosecutors said was the leader of the Main Street Mafia Crips gang, would be accused in a criminal complaint filed in February 2011 of directing members to kidnap, beat, and rob the victim, Robert Ross.
So it just seems like Wack's been involved in a lot of crazy things for quite some time now, man. Again, I'm not here to say whether anybody's guilty or innocent. And here at TNN Trap News Network, like I always say, man, this is a place of peace. It's a place of love. This is a place of respect. Every time we step out, I appreciate everybody showing love and, keeping it respectful in the chat. But with that all being said, when it comes to situations like this, man, you just got to pretty much stay out the way, because it seems like there's so much going on that's detrimental, not only to these guys, but to the community, to the public. And it just makes you just thank God for the ability to just avoid negative situations, bro, because this situation right here is wild. And the fact that Wack has been caught up in these types of things since 2006, allegedly, but again, these are court documents. I'm not sure where they came from, but these are alleged court documents. It just kind of makes you wonder, what's the best way to just avoid these types of individuals, honestly, man.
DS2 Back would play a pivotal role in that case, both helping authorities connect the dots to Dale Dog via the wiretap phone calls and eventually helping Main Street beat their case.
Let's play Stutterbox talking to Wack.
This what I'm trying to figure out, though, Box. Help me understand this, because me and you both know that whole case was your thing. What is Mark saying I had to do with the case, bro?
Like, listen, in the paperwork, it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
I tried to
and he
call
won't take
Dog.
your call. And I sent it to you. And he
I
said
talked to Dog.
But he said he didn't talk to you. He wouldn't take your call. But they said he wouldn't talk. Yeah, and Dog said he was cool. He didn't want to talk to you in the paperwork. That's what you said was going off of. But
that whole Main Street shit, that was your play.
The whole Main Street situation has always kind of been a blemish on Wack 100's record, because it's always over what happened. That's where the alleged CS2 Back moniker comes from. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know. I wasn't there for any of this, so I'm not here to point the finger at anybody, but that's where this alleged moniker comes from. And he's supposedly told on J Hood's father, crazy, and it's just a lot involved, man. You got Shaquille O'Neal involved. Shout out to Lakers. And it's just insane, man. But then it just kind of makes you wonder what happened to this case out of Wheeler County, Texas.
I was a victim.
Only 1 month after the indictment of the Main Street Mafia Crips, on March 9th, 2011, Cash Jones, aka Wack 100, would appear in Texas State Court to have his charges finally dismissed from that 2006 unlawful possession of a firearm case, where he was caught with multiple firearms and ammunition. The stated reason for the dismissal was not lack of evidence or a violation of Wack 100's rights, as he claims, but based on the paperwork, Wack 100's gun case was dismissed in the interest of justice. So investigating this story, we tapped in with our brother Deuce M's from Apple Chucks, a very popular California-based media company. They really tapped into the streets, and Deuce M's, man, this is somebody who, when it comes to Wack 100, man, he's done extensive research on this guy. He really breaks down.
Yeah, Deuce Sims has done some pretty good reports on Wack 100. It's very, very interesting to see how Wack's online persona versus the reality of who he is just is very contradicting. I'll just kind of leave it like that.
How Wack 100, and why he concocted this whole improper search and seizure thing. So this is my question. So Wack has addressed this before, right? Because we know the story real. We got the paperwork. He can't dispute it. It's a real case. He really got caught with hella guns as a felon in Texas. With other people. And his brother was a felon, right? So it was 2 felons that got caught. Right. So he's explained.
Well,
has he ever?
If it's 2 felons that got caught with a firearm, with firearms in the car, you would imagine everybody's going to jail, and everybody should just about right now, considering that it's 2006 when it happened, 15 to 20 years, they should be within now in the last 5 years getting out of that case, is what you would assume.
Explain how these charges got dropped, because you sent me the paperwork and I see what it say, and it says in the interest of justice.
I sent you the video where he claims that it was dismissed for illegal search and seizure. Right now, within that same paperwork that you got, I got that paperwork from the clerk of Wheeler County, Texas, the deputy clerk, old Debbie McLaughlin, right? And you probably can see that on the email, right?
Right.
To verify where I got it from. And there was a motion to suppress the evidence, which essentially argued fruits of a poisonous tree based upon the argument that this was an illegal search and seizure.
Right, I saw that. And the judge denied that.
Right. Now, Wack, I'm going to send you the thing where Wack
Wait, so the judge denied it being an illegal search and seizure? So I guess allegedly when Wack had the situation with his brother, they were trying to fight it on an illegal search and seizure, but a judge says, no, it's not an illegal search and seizure. Everything was done by the book. You know, the dog came and found the dog came and found the weapons, you know, as a dog should, and you know, you're guilty. So I guess, you know,
that's how his case got dismissed.
I get pulled over and the search happened in Texas, right? So immediately, that's why they had the Fed hold. They like, well, yeah, you know, he crossed the state lines, but you can't prove none of that. How you know I didn't pick it up in Texas? If she found something. Wheeler County, there you go, Cass Jones, Wheeler County. Them motherfuckers. Hey, bro, shout out to Texas for having audio and video on the front of their squad cars. Because if I'd have been in Cali Beach, I'd have been fucked. I'd have had to take it. Hey, because they have to write the report based on the audio.
So it says, court dismissed the entitled number case chart. Yeah, man, there it is. They said it was dismissed in the interest of justice. So I guess, you know, it was in the interest of justice. It was for the betterment of the justice system for Wack to be released. Now, that would just kind of lead you to kind of wonder, why is it in the best interest of justice? Like, how does you being on the streets after being caught with these firearms allegedly, how would this be in the interest of justice? It would seem like the police would want to get such a dangerous person off the streets unless said person can, you know, assist with other law enforcement situations, like maybe providing information on where those firearms were allegedly going to, as well as where did they come from. So, you know, I'm just trying to see if yeah, okay, we'll see.
On the audio. Yeah. Like if I had been to California, it'd have been my word against theirs, but an ex-con word against theirs on how they got it. Them niggas could have said they saw something on the back seat. They could have said all kind of shit. But because they had audio and video, that's what saved them. Right. So basically, Wack is lying about.
So Wack is saying, okay, cool, got it.
Why this case got dismissed, and we know that because we contacted the clerk in Texas. They sent the paperwork, and it clearly states that his motion to suppress was denied because the judge found that none of his rights got violated. They did the right kind of search, and this is what they found. So they then when they had the right probable cause. So he didn't get that evidence suppressed. So then when I see the motion to dismiss, and the judge grants it, and I see it's a list of all of these things that it could be.
Well, that's interesting that the judge felt like it wasn't appropriate to dismiss the case for an illegal search, and he didn't feel like it was necessary to dismiss the case, or he or she didn't feel like it was necessary to call it an illegal search. So they continue on. The judge, you know, says, hey, you know, everything went by the book. There was a proper search. There was a proper, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Probable cause to lead to the search that, you know, discovered these alleged firearms. But I guess something happens to where the judge says, well, despite all that, I think that it's in the best interest of the judicial system and society to let this man back into society. Interesting. Got it. Just want to make sure I'm caught up.
Right.
And it's a lot of.
I can't say why, you know, a judge would make such a decision. Only the judge knows. But I would love to think. I would love to know in the chat what you guys think about why he was afforded such a a gracious level of understanding after previously being, I guess, reprimanded by the same judge.
What? One of the boxes is checked.
Right, only one of the boxes is checked. But the things that it could be were surprising because it was like lack of evidence. Nope, that's not the problem. Illegal search and seizure. Nope, that's not the problem. Like, I think it said something like the person that died or something. It was like a few different reasons why they would drop the case. And none of those things were X'd off except for this thing that they call in the interest of justice. What's your take on what does that mean when a person get a case dismissed? Like, what is in the interest of justice? What does that usually mean?
That was the first time I ever heard it, right? So, in the interest of justice essentially means that the prosecution filed that motion to dismiss the case. So, Wack 100's attorneys and Wack 100 had to convince the prosecution that it would be in the interest of justice that two ex-felons crossing federal state lines, making it traveling interstate commerce, making it a federal case, that sending out that message is that it's cool. It's in the interest of justice that we don't prosecute this dude, which is a far-fetched reach, right?
Especially in Texas. It's people that got 5 years for just weed in Texas.
Don't mess with Texas. We all know that for sure, especially if you're not from out there. You showing that out-of-state California plate, that out-of-state California ID, oh yeah, you're gone.
Texas.
You know what I'm saying? So this is my other question. So like you said, he's trafficking goods across state lines. Him and his brother are already convicted felons. Somehow, some way, they get their charges dropped. Why did this thing never go federal?
Right? The feds have put a Fed hold on him off of the top. He admitted.
That is interesting that he had a federal hold. But then I guess for whatever reason, they decided to say, nah, man, he's good. Let him go.
To the police in a statement to the trooper, Darren Chase, that they had came from California and he was going to pick up his mother for because she can't travel. But the dude, once Wack 100 says that he got a bail, his brother didn't get bail. They let him out first. He only had $180, but he had a black card. He says that a white man picked him up, him and his brother, but the bail bond was closed until a couple of days later. How did you? And then he said the airport was 50 miles away. He was transferred to Beaumont, the federal facility or some kind of holding facility in Beaumont. He was in jail for not just a night or overnight to the next day. He says 6-7 days later, he was still in jail on a hold, and that the feds came all the way to where he was at to tell him, hey, look, we don't want to pick up the case. Like, why would the feds?
Well, why would they make the trip just to tell you they don't want to pick up the case? We have phones for that. Even in 2006, they can pick up a phone or send a fax or an email. Like, why would they travel face to face to tell you that?
To come talk to you.
That doesn't really sound logical.
You in person.
Right, they just wouldn't pick it up.
Or they would fax over information to the jail or to the district attorney in that city. Now y'all can pick it up. We can't do it. Why did they have to come speak to you face to face and then you get a bail? You know what I'm saying?
And then they don't pick it up. So this was the interesting thing I'm gonna put in there, and it's gonna come with the story. Like I said, we working on the story. Within 1 month, so in my research, and this is a little spoiler, man. So you know what I'm saying? Within the research, that Main Street Mafia case, where Wack 100, we know by now, was caught on the wiretap. The indictment for that case was February 2011. That's when those guys got indicted. Now, they end up, the case getting dropped in June, but they got indicted in February 2011. Wack 100 got...
The case was going on before that.
Huh?
But the case, see...
Yeah, the case started in 2008. So, yeah, I know the case started...
So, just so we have an understanding of a timeline, he gets allegedly, so they say, so these guys are saying, I don't know, I wasn't there, but so they say he got picked up in 2006 in Texas. maybe not. He got these firearms. Well, he said he had the firearms on him, so I don't have to say maybe not. Wack has admitted that he had the firearms on him, but he said, "Yeah." All right, y'all. So we're gonna go back to that. The Wack Daddy, the Daddy Wack. Let's jump back into this.
They partnered up, they like teamed up to run
the podcast, the
Oh,
clubhouses, the so much communication about this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's adding fuel to like unsolved crimes. You know what I mean? Like it's
about hanging out around Future. They might think that there's gangsters about to run up on them. By the way, what do you think Les is doing?
He had got a phone call.
Really?
Maybe she called from jail.
So he's probably gonna have something.
She's dead.
Goodness gracious, Adam, that's dark.
That whole Atlanta, like I mean, just everything going on right now. It's like everybody should just be careful and cool on what they talking. You know what I mean? Because it just seemed like we used to trip out that they was like, oh, there's hip hop police. You know what I mean? I remember when we found that out, it was like like, oh shit, there's police that are investigating rap. It seemed like they are involved in all this shit, and partial to play with this shit is the podcast, the clubhouses, the so much communication about this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so much communication on the internet about these crimes and about these cases, and it makes it extremely easy for law enforcement to do exactly what we do: go on YouTube every day and just listen to the content. There's nothing really going on that is so, code secret, covert, code red, that it's just not a matter of just going to YouTube and searching, being able to find it. So I definitely agree with Rios, man. With all the police activities on the internet, gotta be careful.
Like it's adding fuel to like unsolved crimes. You know what I mean? Like it makes them not look good.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I think people deliberately getting on different platforms on purpose and throwing stuff out there.
Do you think Flacco and Wack have basically like teamed up to run a little mini YG smear campaign?
Teamed up, period. It ain't just YG.
Just in general?
Yeah, they partnered up, period. It ain't just a YG thing with them.
I mean, we've seen the power of independent media to paint narratives. Like, I got to give it to Seti Nash. Seti Nash leaked those Young Thug calls day after day, day after day. And the end result was that Young Thug's stock took a big dive. And I think he did so because he just is boys with YSL.
Did Seti Nash single-handedly take down Young Thug? Do y'all think that? Do y'all think that Seti Nash played a part in Young Thug's image being diminished? Or you think Young Thug did it to himself?
Woody, and he just wanted to make Woody look good. So he said, fuck it, I'm going to do this little campaign to make Thug look horrible. And it worked, like it really was this like sustained campaign. If they had dropped it all at once, it probably wouldn't have done what it did. But it coming out day by day like that, and I think that people like Wack and Flacco, they probably have conversations about who they don't like. I'm no better than them. Like everybody does it, and then it's kind of like, well, hey, if they let's say hypothetically that they both knew that a famous rapper was guilty of a serious crime.
I mean, I feel like everybody in the YouTube streets has their own rhyme and reasoning for doing what it is they do. A lot of dudes will act like they don't care. A lot of dudes will act like whatever, blah, blah, blah this, blah, blah, blah that. But we all have our reasons for our little vendettas.
Of course, they're going to kind of work together to like spread that narrative if the narrative isn't out there,
And especially if it's like a mutual
op.
Yeah.
Although I don't even think
op of my op is your op.
I think Flacco really has ops. He just hates, he just wants to like get his videos views up.
Well, Munchie is his op.
True. So why do you just? But then also, I think Flacco is such an act disciple that YG being a Drake op is like YG has to kind of also be an act op, and so therefore YG also has to kind of be a Flacco op.
Exactly.
Because the Academics TV account has been running hella negative shit about YG and way beyond what would be considered like normal. They're like clearly taking aim at him.
So that's why I think there might be some validity to what G Malone is saying. What Glasses Malone is saying.
Man, I wish Les was right here when he said this, bro. Ricky and Les was like, man, it gotta be crazy, yeah.
No.
Okay, but this is my thing, is that I think Glasses Malone really believes that Drake runs the Academics TV account. That's the only way that you can justify saying that Drake is the one who's planting these rumors about YG. I don't think it's like That's the only route towards Drake
planting rumors about YG is probably one of the craziest things we've heard this year.
being helpful in that regard. And Drake is cool with Grand, but definitely I don't think Drake is like sending bloggers money to post about, like, you know, like, now is it possible that Drake like said to Ack like, hey, that YG shit, turn it up? It's possible. I feel like Ack would probably be useful, but I don't think he has to.
Or if so, let me ask you this, and so does Ack and all these other guys like kiss his ass so much that if Drake was like, man, fuck these cats, would they be like, oh, I'm gonna go out of my way to appease him? You know what I mean? Like, because they love him so much.
I think when it comes to Ack and Grand and stuff, that it's just like anybody who's a Drake op is like their op.
It's an op.
Yeah, it's just not. It don't even need to be said.
It don't even need to be said.
Yeah, I think.
Do you think Drake is a
now? I don't know about Drake sending finances or anything to fund the Drake or the Ruler thing, because you did have Ralphie the Plug come out and made it clear, like, hey, you know, he's not a part of anything like this. He's not a part of what we got going on. Drake has never sent anything to the family. You know, Ralphie the Plug was very adamant that Drake is not, you know, dealing with anything that they have going on. So when it comes down to this whole little 1-2 step like Sierra and Drake being the culprit, you know, I don't believe that to be true personally. But at the same time too, if you would have told me that, you know, 3 years ago or 4 years ago, Wack would be telling me that he chased Future to the airport, I wouldn't think that was real either. So at this point, we live in a YouTube space where the impossible is in fact.
Of that pettiness? You know what I mean?
No.
Okay.
I think Drake is capable of levels of pettiness that almost nobody in the history of the rap game have been.
Okay.
He's that guy. Like,
So he could.
He's done a lot of like stuff that is very expensive from the perspective of a normal person, and he did it just to fuck with people, you know?
Fuck. Munchie, what you think?
No, I believe what Glasses Malone said is some validity to it.
I do too.
I wouldn't have taken that claim serious at all if it wasn't for the fact that Karen Civil was co-signing it. Now, Karen Civil is like a YG person as well, and she's also like a Rock Nation person, I believe. So I guess I could see how I feel like now like there's two sides to everything, and YG's clearly on the like anti-Drake side. So everybody kind of just snaps into place to take aim at people now.
So what does the spider web look like of the media, the circle of media that if this is what we're against, we're running this shit? Like, so is it Ack at the top and then like the Trap Lord, the SETI?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Academics is for sure at the top. And then all the other guys kind of like fall behind whatever DJ Academics has going on. DJ Academics is for sure the 1-2 step blueprint for these
the
movies.
Flacco,
yeah,
kind of that, like, is those four get shit going.
Me, Vlad, everybody, we're all in kind of.
Notice how he didn't mention Adam 22, but Adam mentioned himself. But okay.
Like, we all speak openly, and then you kind of have like the New York crowd. I feel like, because you know you got Charlemagne and he's in his own his own little world, and so I have heard for a fact that Charlemagne sends marching orders to everybody on the Black Effect Network and tells them what narratives they should be running.
Really?
Yes, that has been said publicly by people who are signed to the Black Effect. So I think, you know, and Charlemagne, so you kind of have the two ringleaders of hip hop, which is like, and then their media counterparts. So you have Ack, and then you have, or excuse me, you have Drake and Jay-Z, and then you have Ack and Charlemagne.
Okay.
And Joe Budden is also kind of under the Jay-Z umbrella. And then like from academics, you kind of have all these other content creators who are like,
it's crazy how all this is going on in our content space, because this is turning into like a full-blown gang war and all that kind of shit. You feel me? This is an extremely flu-flammering situation. This shit is crazy. So when it comes down to it, you have to just really pay attention to the facts that these dudes will, you know, put together whatever narratives they feel will benefit them, but it could be at the detriment of your favorite celebrity.
Not literally academics coded, but basically kind of in line with him.
Like cult type shit. It's almost like cult shit. You know what I mean? Like they're just aligned with that shit no matter what.
But then certain things are okay, because like Rory and Mal is a pro Drake podcast.
Right.
Whereas the Joe Budden podcast is an anti-Drake podcast.
All right, so that's that. We don't think we really care too much about that. We finna see what Point and Shoot got going on. Hit us with a like, comment, subscribe, though. Everything we got going on so far. Let's slide over to Point and Shoot and see what he has going on, because he just dropped a video and I wanted to get into that. Point and Shoot. Oh, here it goes.
All right, so it's looking like old One-Eyed Jack.
Now, real quick, before we get into this, man, I would like y'all to hit the like, hit the comment, hit the get subscribe button for everything Point and Shoot has going on. Make sure you tap in what he got going on his new page, Point and Shoot Forever. Point and Shoot Forever, man. So make sure you tap in with everything he has going on, and make sure you follow the original Point and Shoot page to make sure you show him some love and you give him some respect to the platform. You feel me? You feel me? So let's jump into this content and see exactly what's going on in the Point and Shoot universe.
Has responded to the internet's claims that he is a rat. And the reason why people think he's a rat is because he told this story many years ago. He went on the internet and blabbermouthed this story about how he and Big U chased Future, the rapper, through the airport to collect a debt from him. And for those who don't know who Future is, Future's the guy that used to say, I want to hold you down, put you in that race, you enjoy the town. Even when the roses die, you mesmerized by the flying sky. We gotta socialize and cherish times. This shit is deep.
I used to love that song. We in a new Bentley truck, new Bentley truck. Oh. We playing Abu Dhabi. We go to Abu Dhabi. Party. How about it's my private party?
Love. I pull up in that Lamborghini, the doors in the sky. So listen to this clip of Jack.
I used to love. Ooh. We in that new Bentley truck, new Bentley truck. Twins, what y'all doing?
100 talking about chasing this guy through the airport.
I said, hey, homie, you got that money for tricky, take off. I'm chasing over the dead homies.
So Jack 100 claims that he was collecting a debt and he was chasing Future through the airport and that Future was scared. And then he threw the phone to Jack 100 with Stunna, which that's Birdman.
Broke the phone at on speaker. He say, Wack, it's me, Stunna. Talk.
Shout out to Point and Shoot, man, putting it together.
And he says that him and Birdman worked something out. They worked out a deal to where Birdman covered the debt and Future was allowed to walk away without being chased further.
Leave it be. You got my word, whatever the debt is.
So he tells this story on the internet. Well, that was a few years ago. Now today, this same story is being used in an indictment against Big Useless.
And that's where it makes it extremely, extremely interesting, because how is it that Wack is being let go, but Big U is being charged for what Wack said? Interesting.
Which brings us to this current mystery, which is why is Jack 100 not being charged with anything if he was involved in these acts that Big U is being charged with? This is one of the greatest mysteries. I mean, in this RICO indictment, there are 19 defendants. What? Not one of them are Jack 100, but Jack 100 is describing these things and having firsthand information about these shakedowns. And he specifically inserts himself. He says, we this, we that, our. He uses the language that you would use if you were personally involved. It's not like he was saying they did this, they did that.
That was like, it was a real table at one time to where we knew what was going on, knew everywhere, in every region, to where we knew what was going on, right? And we was going to move if we saw you. And our squad knew if they saw you at the lounge or a club.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be admitting these types of things on the internet because this is illegal.
There's times where it's like, hey, well, I ain't going to say no name, such and such at the club, lock him down. Them to go over there 20 deep to their VIP. Tell the security they don't pay you enough for what is here. Look, continue to have your drinks. If it's y'all cool, ain't nobody moving out.
Ain't nobody moving out the club. So he's admitting to doing all this, and so it's like, if the, it's not like just Big U's getting charged. 19 people are getting charged around Big U. Why don't the feds have anything on Wack and 100? That makes no sense. And that's why people think that he's a zesty, cheesy rat at this point. So let's hear his response to all of this.
Buddy. All right.
It's been a tough week, huh?
Who? No, not really.
Feds are cracking down on you. You can't be chasing Future Hendrix around.
And it just kind of makes you wonder again, like, how is this nigga not incarcerated? Like, throughout all this, no charges come up? Not one? Like, none? Okay.
Airport, buddy.
Yo, that's crazy. You know what? I read that. One of his I know which one of his homies did it.
You're getting your just desserts.
No, this real shit.
You were there.
I
You
was
did
definitely
it.
there.
You did it.
No, but the crazy part about it is one of his homies told the feds that.
So Jack 100 is blaming some random person that he says was also there. What? But was he the one chasing Future like you? And was he the one negotiating the terms of Future's safety like you say that you were? That's not even a good excuse, because if that's true, then his testimony online that he spewed online when he blabbermouthed about this whole event, that's going to be played in court for sure. I mean, if that's not helping the state's case, then I don't know what would. Let's hear a little bit more of this.
There's no way they can say that.
And what was your involvement in this then?
I mean, I talked to Future.
But you're mentioned in the paperwork?
I'm not mentioning.
What did you say to? But then why?
It's crazy that you're not mentioned in the paperwork. That is the most astonishing thing about this, that you're not in the paperwork.
Is everybody putting your name in it?
Because I told this story years ago.
Oh yeah.
I told the story years ago.
Okay.
Right? So they're saying, oh, this is what Wack said. So in their head, if you go listen, Wack always said, Big U didn't do shit.
Right.
He stayed behind. So for them to have some shit in there, unless a whole nother situation happened.
Right.
That I don't know about. But Future was not touched, assaulted, nothing.
Okay.
It was a conversation.
A little jog.
Little try.
Chase after him a little bit.
It was a little try.
Okay, so the story is changing here.
Little try.
Chase after him a little bit.
It was a little try.
That money for Tricky take off. I'm chasing them on the dead homies.
All right, so the record will reflect.
So I'm chasing them on the dead homies. Well, yeah, there it goes.
That Jack 100 put on the dead homies that he chased Future through the airport, and then later he said that that wasn't true. He didn't chase him, that Future, for some reason, lightly trotted away, even though there was no intimidation factor. That doesn't make any sense, okay? And he also says that nobody touched him, no one even. I said, nephew, don't do it. We gonna do what we supposed to do. And no one ever got, and he said no one touched him. Well, you don't have to touch someone to assault them. Simply chasing someone to the extent that it creates a reasonable fear for their personal safety, that is assault. So Jack 100 described himself assaulting someone and didn't get in trouble for it. But everyone else did. Let's continue with this clip.
These is all his
If you
code.
chase someone and they have to run for their safety, that is assault.
Everybody that's out on bail, right? Because he was never touched. And it's not a charge, it's an overt act. They ain't charging for no assault on Future. A lot of these motherfuckers is dumb. It's an overt act, but
but they're adding it to the case against Big U, right?
No, it's really like goes towards character.
Okay.
It's not a charge. Like, he doesn't have a assault charge on Future.
Oh.
This is why when everybody's saying Future.
So Jack 100 is extremely stupid. He's calling everyone else stupid, but in reality, he's the one that's stupid because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. An overt act is evidence. An overt act is something that is listed as evidence to support a conspiracy charge. It's straight up evidence. Okay, this isn't nothing. And not only is he very stupid, he can't fucking read either because he's.
A lot of these dudes don't know the definition of an overt act, or they'll hear somebody on No Jumper read the definition, and then they have a basic lack of understanding of not only the English language but legal term and legal jargon. So then they'll tell you guys what they think it is, and then they'll get it wrong, and then now we're all just walking around with the wrong idea of what an overt act is. So that is a thing, and that keeps happening. So yeah.
Saying as soon as I seen he was assaulted, that's when I knew that we wasn't going. He wasn't. It doesn't even say that. So he can't even fucking read. And he's calling everyone else stupid. He's calling everyone bozos.
But when I seen he was assaulted, I said one of his homeboys, all that shit, bro. One of his homeboys and took that, and he's gonna take the stand and testify to that. He can't testify. He was.
See what I mean? They'll just get on here and start saying anything. The paper will be in front of them, and they'll just say something totally different.
There, because that's where it's up at. But I don't think it's gonna be testified because it's an overt act.
So Jack 100 thought he was going to confuse everyone into believing that this is no big deal by saying it's an overt act. It don't got nothing to do with it. I don't even know that dude. I don't know him. I told him it was an overt act. We did what we supposed to do. It was an overt act.
Now I wonder if Point and Shoot is going to show the content that I sent him about the paperwork of Big U actually being charged with assault that started off as an overt act.
It was, and so it's like, yeah, an overt act is evidence, you stupid fuck. You stupid man. An overt act is simply evidence that supports a charge. It's not the charge itself. It's the evidence of the charge. But for some reason, a lot of people are having trouble understanding this.
Like, what is an overt act? What is an overt act? How is he being charged?
An overt act is when the government, in this situation with Big U, an overt act is when the government knows that you've done something, but they've yet to charge you. They let you know that they know you did it. That's what an overt act is in layman's terms.
Okay.
So as you can see, Jack 100 has successfully muddied the waters around what's going on. People are
And I literally just said a very simple version of what Point and Shoot said. We're both saying the same thing. It's like a synonym.
confused. They're discussing legal terminology that's difficult to understand. People have zero understanding of what an overt act is. So I thought that I'd reach out to my friend, Mr. Keep You Out of Jail, to offer some clarification for you guys today.
The sheriff reached out and asked if I could clear a few things up for you guys. And since this sheriff doesn't lock people up, he does God's work exposing lanes on the internet, I told him I'd be happy to help. So he wanted me to explain to you guys what an overt act is in the context of a criminal conspiracy. And it works like this. If a prosecutor wants to convict someone for a criminal conspiracy, they have to prove three things. One, they have to prove the existence of an agreement between two or more people to commit a crime. Two, they have to prove intent to actually carry out the crime. They have to prove that it wasn't just idle chatter. They were actually intending to carry out this criminal conspiracy. And three, they have to prove an overt act in furtherance of the criminal conspiracy. So, for example, let's say you and a friend decided to rob a bank. You picked out a specific bank at a specific time, and you decided that you wanted to wear Halloween masks to disguise your identity. The agreement to rob the bank is the first element. When you picked out...
That's where the conspiracy lies in. The agreement to rob the bank right there is enough to get you a conspiracy.
A specific location at a specific time, that demonstrates the intent. And the second that one of you goes and buys a Halloween mask, just purchasing that Halloween mask is an overt act in furtherance of that conspiracy.
Wow. So I guess an overt act isn't what Jack 100 says it is, which is like a no big deal description of your character. This lawyer says that an overt act is crucial evidence that is needed to satisfy the elements of a conspiracy charge, or else they don't have any case. It's the same thing with like a murder for hire plot. Simply
shout out to the Tiger King, man.
Hiring
Karen fucking Baskin, bro. It's always Karen fucking Baskin, bro. Carol Baskin. That's what it was. It wasn't Karen Baskin. It was Carol Baskin. Killed her husband. Feed them to tigers. Ratchet. Carol Baskin.
The guy over the phone isn't enough. You need an overt act. So that's why they always have the fake hitman go sit in the car with the person and say, do you really want to do this? And they actually went and got money out of the bank. These are overt acts that stack up, that show that you were actually going to commit the crime that you conspired to commit. So I really
evidence that they hit you with.
Hope that this clears things up for everyone. And so Jack 100 is named in an overt act, which is evidence that's being used in a RICO against Big Useless. So now all we have to do is sit back and wait for the evidence to flow from the discovery so we can find out exactly where this evidence is coming from and exactly what Jack 100's involvement is with this case. Because I think he's an actual confidential informant. I think that he's a paid informant for the government. And I think he knows that he can't really get in trouble for a whole lot. He's pretty much there as a plant, I think. I think he's like an agent that's like...
That nigga Wack, man. That nigga Wack, man. He came in to infiltrate. That's undercover brother.
You know, allowed to play in the streets, but he doesn't go to jail for anything. Does that make sense? That's all just my theory, though. Okay, so we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the Patreon. There's going to be a big deluxe video dropping very soon, and you're not going to want to miss it. Plus, there's hours of very good video.
All right, man. Make sure y'all show some love to Point and Shoot. Give him a like, comment, subscribe, everything he has going on. Make sure you tap in with Point and Shoot. We are actually about to get back into these YouTube streets and see exactly what's going on in this No Jumper universe that we are in. Let's get back into it. Hope everybody's feeling beautiful today on this Tuesday. Lay low, jet set, island, pick up with a Draco. Me and my girl, we on the island.
French's verse isn't even bad on there. It's just like the fact that it exists is so gay. Like,
You made a whole separate.
It made you know, like
I could hear it with the R&B singers, and they got
that versus like, I don't know, what's some normal black person, female.
well, Tasha K get on because she's a woman, right? But when they get to like this nigga,
He's done a lot of like, now people are going to be worried about hanging out around Future. They might think that there's gangsters about to run up on him. By the way, what do you think Buzz is doing?
he had got a phone call.
maybe she called from jail.
So he's probably gonna have some in all this shit.
YG being a Drake op is like YG has to kind of also be an Ack op, and so therefore YG also has to kind of be a Flacco op.
Exactly.
Because the Academics TV account has been running hella negative shit about YG and way beyond what would be considered like normal. But op is
Don't even need to be said.
yeah.
That's the thing. That if
I feel like because you got Charlemagne and he's in his own what suddenly through content creators who are like not literally academics coded, but basically kind of in
Academic
line with him.
like he's a politician, pro-black dude, but he's hated and loved by both sides.
And his dick pics came out.
Yeah, like in a leopard thong or some shit.
Don't want to talk about that. Don't want to talk about that.
I mean, she probably puts this shit on friggin'.
Oh.
Is it possible if I scroll down, will I be able to? No, that's insane. Maybe it's on Twitter. Tasha K Twitter.
Oh, I
You
got
get
to talk
paid
about
$2,500 for the dick rating.
Flacco being with Tasha K.
Welcome to the Welcome to the
Oh my God.
Listen, man. I feel so honored. Yo, listen, all the women in my life watch Tasha K. So right now, I'm finally famous. You feel me? I'm finally famous. But shout out to all the women in my life, man.
You ruined my Saturday.
Oh no.
When I received the photos, and I want us to describe them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was disappointed because Roland, because again, I'm African, right? There are people online who
Okay, so I'm not gonna have a conversation about somebody's like. Okay, so what? Like, is this like a GPS conversation? Like, what's going on here? Like, what?
Yo, oh my God, man! I feel so honored. Yo, listen, all the women in my life watch Tasha K. So right now, I'm finally famous. You feel me? I'm finally famous. But shout out to all the women in my life, man.
You ruined my Saturday.
Oh no.
When I received the photos, and I want us to describe them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was disappointed because Roland, because again, I'm African, right? There are people online who hate it. Roland has been one of the biggest advocates for Africans in this country. So when I seen this, I was like, come on, Roland, bro. Because
I like how he says "cuh."
Yeah.
Just casually dropping the "cuh" in there. He beefing with all the bloods, so now he's choosing up, man. That's crazy.
As like Martin Luther King, as like this back.
Now, here's the thing. When it comes to Flacco talking to Tasha K, this is pretty skittle behavior, because this whole segment, I guess, is talking about whoever this guy is and, Flacco's interpretation of his sausage, I guess. Like, what, bro? Like, this is who y'all follow? The sausage followers?
This preacher asked, now he never say, right? Like he presents himself as like a Baptist preacher. So I was shocked when I seen those pictures. But Now, I'll be real. As a man, I did not know that penis got that small.
Listen, now I wanted to tell people this. This is obviously a medical condition.
Yes, absolutely.
This is a medical condition. I told the only penises that I've seen that look like this was Diddy's. John Gray, Pastor John Gray has this same condition.
Diddy's penis is massive compared to Roland Martin's.
What? That's what I was gonna say.
Why are we? Whoa. Like, and this is what Flacco's content is about. This is why you guys follow Flacco. This is what I'm confused. Everybody who follows Flacco, this is what you guys are into.
Diddy's penis seemed like it was a solid like 3 inches. I'm guessing that this guy had like way less, based on the way she's saying it.
You got a woman who can tolerate you for 21 years, and you got that. The least you owe her is some type of loyalty, bro. You got no business stepping out if you got that.
The first picture that you sent me, he's standing in a doorway. He has on a shirt that says, if it doesn't bring peace, profit, or purpose, then don't give it your time, energy, or attention. So his body is shaped like an inverted triangle.
Yeah.
He has a fupa, and then
And Flacco is giggling about this. He's so giddy about this. He's so interested in hearing about this man.
he has,
Interesting parts. Okay, got it.
of course, hair, and then he has on a G-string, but it has a cuff. And I thought it was leopard print at first, but it looks like army fatigue or money, but it's bare.
Adam is definitely talking down on Flacco. Adam is currently revealing some of Flacco's most intimate feelings about another man. And Adam is revealing to us that Flacco is having intimate moments within himself where he is engaging in content of a persuasion from another man.
Covering like his big monkey, like his micro penis.
Yeah.
It's a micro penis, okay?
And he got the catfishing too, because what he did was, right, he put his balls within the pouch so it hung a little bit lower.
What the fuck
nigga
is
got the
Flacco
catfish. Look
talking
at
about,
it.
man?
Dang, his penis.
Yo,
And he's like 60-something years old. Yeah, 57.
So this is incredible. This is not what we should be, talking about. This is not something that we should be discussing. This is not something that's appropriate. And I don't understand why Flacco is so involved and invested in this man's personal area. Now, here at TNN Trap News Network, we don't condone any type of violence, any type of bullying. We don't condone any type of harassment or anything like that. But this is unwelcome and unwanted sexual advancements and attention from one male to another, which will technically fall this under sexual harassment. You know what I mean? And that's never acceptable.
You're telling me this guy was wearing some sort of G-string ball contraption?
He looks like an Angry Birds character, dude.
Yo, he does.
He looks like an Angry Bird. Damn. That's him.
This is definitely him.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit. I don't know what the hell's going on with Flacco, man. He out here doing free dick ratings and shit.
What the
Yeah,
fuck,
that shit
dude?
funny.
That's weird. That's very uncomfortable.
Shit funny as fuck. He a little too excited to be like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta
Like, why even look at that shit? Like, you know this out there, the pictures out there. Why you want to see that shit? Like, that's the shit that tripped me out. Like, why you looking at that?
What,
shit?
I mean, you can't just look at a dick.
No.
No, I feel you. I guess
but
like,
then,
I'm different.
But had that much commentary about it, like he got more opinion about the shit than the Tasha.
It's real shit. I know what he did with his balls. He tucked it up and did it. Like, what?
That's crazy.
57
all
years old, though.
All the women in my life. Who the fuck is the women in your life?
Watching Tasha K.
His girlfriend, and then maybe like
his family.
Oh, maybe his mom.
But I don't.
That
Tasha
ugly
K
ass
is
sister
kind of
he got.
salacious shit though. Like she's like kind of dirty gossip.
Yeah, you a fucked up black lady if you watching Tasha K. I want to be real. There's so much like more pro-social content that you could be watching as a black woman.
Then Tasha K.
That's pretty much like letting you know, like if a girl told me that versus like, I don't know, what's some normal black person female content that you could watch?
Shit,
Some of Jesse Lee Peterson?
No.
Jesse Lee Peterson is absolutely hilarious.
Jess from Breakfast Club.
Jess hilarious.
Jess hilarious.
Jess hilarious. Like she's a real like hardcore Jess hilarious fan.
Like, I don't know, like just some regular shit. Like,
I don't think nothing wrong with how Tasha K get on because she's a woman, right? But when they get to like this, nigga, he getting excited about talking about some
Yeah, getting excited while talking about another man's salami is just 100% inappropriate, and we don't know why Flacco's doing that.
A man's private part, that's crazy, and he's happy. Somebody disappointed. Why is you disappointed?
All the women in your life watch Tasha K?
No, he just glazing. He don't have women in his life, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he has women in his life.
What are you talking about? That nigga, he's fucking lying, bro. He got to rent bitches, bro. Like, come on, bro. He don't have women.
Lying for the box.
Yeah, he you know what I'm saying? He just sound cool, but like, that shit crazy, man.
So
I remember he said, I know I got a big thing. He's Jamaican. He started doing the accent.
Yeah. Like,
well, keep in mind, Flacco has told us many times that his penis is 10 inches and girthy.
He told you that. What you mean us?
Maybe you weren't there, but he told me.
I'm glad I wasn't.
He's told us, guys.
Bro, the fact that I can't
imagine
a reason that Lush would be out there this long if that girl ain't dead.
Stanky ass nigga. That nigga stank.
That is crazy work. With that all said, man, we finna get up out of here to the next one. Red dot to the left, you know the rest, man. We praying for Lush. We hope that young lady did not lose her life, because that would be unfortunate. But y'all know how I go in these no jumper streets, man. It's tricky, icky, Mickey, Vicky, and extra sticky, man. You never know who to trust. So you always know, if nothing else, a flu flam for sure is a foot. Red dots to the left, you know the rest. Say a prayer and be blessed. Let's continue on this content, y'all.
Bro, hey, bro, before I was officially a part of No Jumper, the Cavs was complaining about this man older. And if you a big boy, you gotta get in the water. You know what I'm saying?
But I think he lost some weight, maybe making a little bit more money, maybe cleaning up his act a little bit, maybe. I don't fucking know.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't heard of most of the podcasts that it says that black women watch. I asked the AI what podcast do black women watch. There's a podcast called Therapy for Black Girls.
Dr. Joy.
Getting Grown. I have heard of The Read. That podcast used to be kind of popular back in the day.
Wait, is that Joy?
Wait, is it fair to say that even pre-podcast fame, Jump Off Joey Budden has one of
always been.
Oh, his roster is classic.
Y'all be bisexual. We're talking about.
Oh,
it's crazy.
And the legendary
Hall of Fame recoil.
Yeah,
right.
That was what I thought was pretty weird.
Okay, I don't think Flacco's gay in any way, shape, or form. I think that Flacco is the rare black man who is capable of making gay jokes for the sake of humor.
Well, it's something I shared to my story that somebody tagged me in when you were sitting there. Y'all don't know who y'all talking to. He's like, yeah, because your dick is really big.
He did
well, when you do
lot.
anal, did you injure somebody or some shit? Like, what the fuck is this infatuation with penis?
He used to always tell me that I had the biggest dick of any white man.
He was hitting on you.
What?
Nigga, I would have sued that for sexual harassment.
Right. Unemployed.
Yeah.
Place.
Sometimes
in these day and age, I'm not putting that shit past no motherfucker, man.
Right.
I ain't putting that shit past nobody.
Okay,
being gay.
Yeah, it's
don't think
Hall of Fame recoil, them tight ass football pants he used to wear.
These are all jokes, though.
Yeah,
jokes. That's his style of dressing. I'm talking about the tights he used to wear.
That's not the worst.
But I'm saying when he said the Hall of Fame recoil about Dejan.
That's not the worst. You ain't seen when he was talking to Chud the Builder's girlfriend.
I didn't watch that. How was that?
I didn't see
He's
that.
asking what kind of faces did he make how did you make him do this? It's some crazy shit he was asking her.
I mean,
super detailed about semen and shit.
But that's like him being Black Power because he wants to take down
Chud.
This anti-black guy so bad that he'll jump into his gay bag and basically just
to show the animalistic nature of Chud.
I mean, he just wants to paint
what
an
kind of face does he
anti-Chud
make when
narrative.
he has an orgasm?
But the more that she paints that
this is extremely weird.
picture, the more that the people out there are going to regard
shit on him.
regard Chud as not just a gay man, but a gleefully gay man.
Joyful.
I mean, it would be one thing if he was an embattled bisexual man, but instead it appears that he's really about that shit. He really want to get piked.
Damn.
Yeah, my kids got to grow up in this motherfucking generation. This shit crazy. Man.
The things that are being normalized.
If I came in the room, my daughter had Flock on the screen, I'm tossing the phone and breaking it.
Oh no.
That nigga talk too fucking freaky, bud.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like as a dad, you tend to get like the outcome that is what you don't want. So maybe one day you'll walk into the room and you will see your daughter with a Poetic Flacco poster on her wall.
That's funny.
That's
fuck. Hell no. Hell no.
Do you have any people that you really like? Do you have any friends where you'd be like, oh, you know, this is a great guy? He's yeah,
like razor scooters.
Oh,
you like
razor
do tricks
scooters.
on and shit.
like by like.
Why are we comparing AI to AI?
Break it down. We'll deal bigger, but
Yeah,
still.
yeah, of course.
But the thing is,
next day, so and so unfollow something. It must be trouble in paradise. I'm like, how do y'all catching it like that? And then like, if I get mad at somebody here, I'm not about to unfollow them. I'm just not gonna hit them up no more.
Yeah, I think when they get like when they have like a disagreement or something happens,
like let me.
I mean, if you don't have to interact with them, there's no real. But I was wondering, like, if I'm OGZ in the back of my head, I'm like, haha. Like, if I'll recognize it, it was from a fucking Geico commercial. It was.
This episode of No Jumper is slow, y'all. Am I tripping or this episode is slow? Am I tripping or this episode slow? Let me see.
Company logo, mayor's office.
If that is even a thing, but he's not the only one. A lot of people have relationships the same way people to this day, when they see me, they assume Nicki Minaj, even though I haven't worked for her in years. It's the same way as like people just assume the, the connection, even though there's not one there. So
I'll play that real quick.
The homies gonna get you that beef and all that. We not rap beefing. We rip.
So this is DJ Academics breaking down the YG and Draco beef. So let's see what DJ Academics has to say.
We beefing. The homies gonna get you.
Now, a lot of people actually believe that the homies got Drake Hill the Ruler. How? Well, after Drake Hill the Ruler dropped the song Ingleweird, right? Where also, I think he's on another song rapping about YG being shot, almost kind of like he was taking credit for it. So he was clowning YG for being shot in the hip. If you don't remember, a couple years ago, YG was shot in the hip at a studio.
And they say that Draco's taking credit for that.
Luckily, he survived. But this was 2015. He was shot in the hip. It was 3 bullet wounds. And it was at a Los Angeles recording studio. Okay? Drake Hill raps about YG being shot. Okay? And yeah. Hold on. I forgot what's the song. Is it Ingleweird? Or is the other song? Anyway. Okay. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Thank you to the reels.
They start. As soon as we hit outside, they start boom, 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 sparking. I fall back in the crib. I'm shot. You feel me? I'm over there. I'm hit. I'm trying. This nigga shot me. This nigga. You just hear more shots. Mac.
Yeah, the Soldier Boy.
I got hit in the hip. I got lucky.
Pizza party, not delivery, it's the journal. I'm finna put 90 shots in his torso.
Ooh, so that's the bar. I'm finna put 90 shots in his torso, which is, kind of around the area where your hip is.
But he meant to stop and go, lock and load, no warnings. He's a rapper, but I made his hip rock and roll.
He's a rapper, but I made his hip rock and roll, okay? Acting like he was doing a little Uzi. You know that little dance Uzi got? You know what I mean?
As soon as we hit up.
This real Trap Lord Ross-ish.
Outside, they start. Boom.
So, essentially, I'm painting the picture of while we are like, and it's kind of like some Chicago shit, right? It's like kind of like some Jacksonville shit, kind of like some Memphis shit, where there's real actions happening while these lyrics are going down. Now, did Drake Hill the Ruler shoot YG? I have no idea. I would say what the streets is saying, but these days, when I just go to Flacco to get the streets. The streets are banned. Right? Flacco's the streets now. Anyway.
Flacco's the streets now? If Flacco is the streets, I need to go into his house. If Flacco is the streets, I need to go home. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
So people think, You know, like they were into it. So Drakeo, which this happens all the time. This happens all the time. And I want to put out this warning for rappers. I want to put out this warning for rappers and anybody in this music business. This music business, there's street always adjacent to it. And it's usually a numbers game or a gun game. That's just the reality of it. There's nobody you're not gonna run into somebody you don't like and say, let's catch a fair one. What do I mean? It's a numbers game. If you run into a guy you don't like and he has 50 niggas and you have 5, it's gonna be a long day. The reality of it is you kind of have to match the energy of what your enemy has. Now, when your enemy is a big rapper, your enemy could bring out 50 people. Or let's say they go to Rolling Loud. Rolling Loud made significant changes because that became the case. They would give their highest performer an unlimited amount of passes. And then someone who's third line or fourth line on the bill, they would be like, hey, you just get like 5. Now, if those two rappers have beef, you're cooked. That's how many rappers have gotten jumped, gotten pressed. And in this situation, obviously it didn't happen in Rolling Loud, so I want to clear their name. That's how someone got killed. So Drakeo the Ruler gets like, it appears like probably less than 10 passes to go into this West Coast super ganged out. And again, I don't know if you guys are from California, have been to California. It's heavy on the gang shit. It's heavy. It's heavy on it. So, you know,
why? Hey, man, big shout out to Point and Shoot, man. We putting some beautiful things together. I appreciate Point and Shoot for helping me push the movement. Thank you to Point and Shoot, man. Shout out to Sebastian Bleak.
IG, who at least in the West Coast ecosystem is a big fish, he's telling all his dusty niggas from his hood, don't get mad at me, bro. I'm just telling you. Yo, come through. This is probably the first time they've left their block, whether it's Cedar Block or whatever. I don't know what block it is, or the Treetop Block. Is it Treetop? So these guys is coming out, and honestly, broke is a joke. They're trying to do anything to stay on the team, on the payroll for YG.
Peaceful, what's up?
And also, they flexing for their bitches. Y'all backstage at this shit cup. No, there's blood. So everybody's out there. The guys who never even leave the house is out there. Drakeo the Ruler pulls up. Get into a scuffle. Drakeo the Ruler gets stabbed supposedly a bunch of times, and there was a deep laceration in his neck. Essentially, the cause of death, he drowned on his own blood. Very gruesome. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's extremely unfortunate, man. That's a very aggressive way to lose your life, man. So definitely God bless Drakeo the Ruler for sure.
When you look back at it from the videos we see, it appears that some members of YG's, let's not say YG because we don't know if it's YG. Well, I guess we do, because they claim they seen YG security in the mix, fighting it. Now they believe YG was also fighting, but he had a mask on, but that's unproven. But here's the interesting part about it. When this goes down, the people with supposedly YG's crew, and it's now being kind of singled out like, listen, whoever did this is probably a nigga with YG's crew. Or YG. It appears that they were armed with makeshift, like almost shanks that were meant to evade whatever check-in that was going to be done at the front. And basically, they came there on some prison shit.
Yeah, that was crazy how that situation even came about. And you better believe that Draco's family, it's not Drakeo, Draco's family has a huge lawsuit for this, because how did this situation end up with this man losing his life?
But they didn't come to squabble up, as Kendrick would say. They came to catch a body. Now, did they come to kill Drakeo? We don't know. But they weren't into the squabbling. He dies. The case has been sitting pretty much seemingly as a cold case for years until the internet, and this is why I love the West Coast. West Coast podcasters might as well have a gun and a badge. The streets or the street niggas from West Coast podcast, that podcast on the West Coast, because their music knowledge is not the one proprietary thing that they have, that if they give insight about maybe a Drake album or, I don't know, a J. Cole album, that'll have them stick out. What they do is they rely on telling hood stories. Well, here's the thing. Enough of them told enough hood stories that the police have found new leads from their podcasting. It's amazing.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. I mean, yeah. I can't say nothing about that, man, because that is a very true statement. That is a very true statement. That is a very true statement. You just gotta pay attention and be careful. You just gotta pay attention. You gotta just be careful, man. You gotta just pay attention and be careful, because the things that these dudes go on the internet and say are illegal and they lead to indictments. You feel me? So, man.
The police were clueless. The police had nowhere to go. The police was gonna let this shit just rock.
Until Flacco came around.
By the way, unheard of. In modern times, where there's so much technology, we literally saw the Julio killers. Remind me to talk about it in a second. We saw them in 4K. They thought, yo, this dude ran around the car with a gun like it was Al Pacino. We're watching these guys. We can see the pimple on their face, the sweat beating up, coming down. That's how clear cameras is in 2026. Yet, at a very public event, granted, there might have not been a lot of cameras, but come on, everyone has at least one camera phone. There's hundreds of eyewitnesses. The police were at a loss of finding new leads to arrest whoever murdered Drake. So when the police run out of options, you know what they do? They watch podcasts. Thanks to No Jumper, thanks to Clubhouse, thanks to these amazing platforms. And I'm not blaming the people who own these platforms either. Yo, if niggas wanna help crack the case, who are, you know what I mean? Just give them a mic. What's the problem? So the talking and yapping has gotten the attention of the police. This case is back, open, and hot. What does that mean? The police, with the DA, they're firing off subpoenas. They now want to do, let's go search this property. We want your phone. We want to...
Academics is making a hell of a point, though. Academics is making a hell of a point. Or open source snitching for sure. For sure. Clubhouse open 24 hours, man. That's the indictment hotline. The indictment hotline. Go to Clubhouse, get your story off, get told on, tell on somebody. It's all open, man. Clubhouse. Tell and get told on. You feel me? For the tellers and the tellers. Easy call. So when it comes to these dudes having these back and forth and these stories, yeah, man, it's gotta stay off the internet, bro.
Doing things that they should have done then, but they didn't have much leads. So what have they done? They showed up to No Jumper, trying to request footage. They wanted to talk to not only Adam 22, but one of his hosts that supposedly had uttered, hey, listen, the nigga who killed Drake, yo, me and him, we passed the ball back and forth every week.
That was a terrible thing for Munchie B to say.
That was ridiculous. Now, to be fair to him, he did come back on my platform. Well, he didn't say it on my platform, but he came on my platform to defend himself. And he said, Ack, that could mean anything. And that's right, it's freedom of speech. But
it can mean exactly what you said, too. So, you know, that's part of anything.
I do want to remind these LA guys, maybe Home Depot. I don't know if it's a thing anymore where, like, you need a job, you just go outside of Home Depot. You know, Trump is deporting all the Mexicans. So, like, this is y'all talk, right? Like, you black, you in the gang, tuck your rag, okay? Put your construction boots on and go in front of Home Depot. If your way to make money as a former gang member or street nigga, because this is how they're all excusing it. Well, I got to make some money. It's to go on a podcast and discuss crimes that you've committed, you've witnessed,
That's the worst way to make money. And if that's how you have to make money, nigga, stay off the internet.
Homies that are also being looked at committed. You probably want to find another profession. There's a lot of ways to make money. That probably isn't the smartest one. But no one's going to listen to me. $300 from no jumper will get. Listen, if the feds paid these niggas $500, they would walk into the interrogation room and drop 30 every fucking week. Yo, y'all ran out of tape? Yo, I still got more to tell y'all. Cut that back on. On the damn homies, I got more to tell you. Nah, I didn't tell you about the part when he took the gun and gun butt. That's how they're doing it in LA. Don't be surprised, chat. This has been happening for 3 years. That we're seeing podcast shit in every single LA indictment. And not one of them has said, maybe we should stop. In fact, they all.
And none of them said, hey, maybe we should not talk about this. Maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't be talking about this. Maybe, just maybe, we should be leaving this situation alone because it's not for the betterment of what we have going on as a whole.
Let's keep saying. That's public information. Like, okay, perfect. Gotcha. You can't find no other region. Not in Florida. And there's people who do Florida content. Not in Atlanta. Not even in New York. There's a lot of New York bloggers, this and that. There's even hood bloggers in New York. We don't see where they're quoting. This person.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. As being an LA nigga, I'll say that only LA niggas go on the internet and start talking all the business. All the business. And if somebody else does it, they're not as popular.
There's a podcast or this person gets online habitually and consistently gives us stories and clues about crimes we're investigating. I don't know what it is about LA, but they're addicted to podcasting and addicted to being in Ricos. You know how you could tell these podcasters don't be capping? Because every time they tell us a story that we're keying and laughing.
It's on the dead homies. It's on the set. I swear to God, I'm the realest. Niggas love to talk about how real they are. Gonna love talk about it right into the court tanks.
Laughing about, and we're like, nah, that couldn't have happened. Wait, I chased Future. Where? Hell nah. We see it in an indictment later. Oh shit, it did happen. Oh shit. Oh, y'all ain't loose cannon. Y'all did not do that. Oh shit. Yeah, I did. I did. Wow, perfect. I don't know what it is. It's a syndrome that only affects LA. I've seen, DJU does a podcast for Chicago. I don't see it happening there. Maybe people just die and they don't even get to court. Probably is. But I've never seen routinely where the criminal element is basically, and I can't blame, nobody blame Adam 22, no jumper. Do not blame Vlad.
Nigga, what you mean you ain't blaming them? Academics, you exactly are blaming them. Because I wasn't even thinking about them until you brought them up.
West Coast gangbangers do their depositions and interrogations every single week.
For sure.
They'll say one thing, and they don't even leave it in there and be like, oh, shit, I should have said that. They come back and clarify. Oh, hold on. You know when I said he had the gun? Now, he had the gun, but he didn't fire. He actually gave it to his man. You know the nigga with a pimple? He got like a missing tooth? Yeah, he the one who fired the shit.
How am I wrong? I said the nigga with the pimple did it. Exactly.
With all due respect to the West Coast, I'm not going to lie. You know they used to say, y'all do a better job than Vlad TV at solving the crime. I appreciate you niggas for cleaning up the fucking streets.
That's real.
You know why? When they're telling the stories, they're just implicating niggas around. They're not even telling on their enemies. I would respect a little bit more if it's like they tell stories, but they be like,
because then the niggas who ain't telling stories is allowing spaces for these niggas to get on YouTube and lie about their stories. So yeah, no, he ain't wrong. I don't disagree with academics at all.
Yeah, John, we beefing from over there. Yo, that nigga killed that nigga. So they should lock up John. That's your enemy. They telling the stories about their friends. Yeah, it's me and my man's over there. Like, yo, come on camera real quick. Come on camera. Crazy. But we love LA. Because without LA, how could we ever be so entertained? Thank you, LA podcasters. You guys have broken the record for the most indictments that you could get. Your stories, your tales, your supposed street knowledge into. I appreciate. Oh, and the most investigations you've helped open up.
That's real.
Anyway,
not lying.
So the police are back on it. It's actually California Highway Patrol. They're taking over the investigation. They issued some subpoenas. They're probably going to try to get subpoena for possible tape from No Jumper.
With that all being said, man, red dots to the left. You know the rest. Say a prayer and be blessed. Y'all know the deal.
See if maybe they got
What up,
surveillance tape
Keith?
of these niggas talking about this shit and like yo, who really killed him? Whatever. They want to talk to Adam because Adam's a platform owner. They want to know, and he's gonna have to answer accurately. Hey, have they ever told you this off record? What do you know? Have you seen them with a gun? They're gonna want to talk to Munchie B. Okay. They issued a subpoena and they detained YG while they searched what he got going on. Now, let me tell you how that usually works. If they're at the point of getting a subpoena, okay, to get a subpoena, you need probable cause. To press charge, you need probable cause, but it's different probable cause. Probable cause for a subpoena means there might be evidence of a crime. Probable cause for a charge is there is evidence. It's most likely, or there's probable cause that there's evidence the crime occurred, not evidence that might prove a crime. Evidence the crime occurred. So usually, once they start issuing search warrants, that's usually a final step method to kind of go over everything to submit to a grand jury. So this is no longer a cold case sitting on the shelf. This is, let's issue all these subpoenas. They're probably going back to they're going to do it to Twitter, Meta, Snapchat, whatever. They're going to look through everything. If they detain him, usually a lot of these subpoenas are done in quiet. So they'll be looking at your shit or they'll tap your phone. You don't know. When they'll let you know we're on, that means it's in the final stages because you're now tipped off. So whatever info they're coming with YG, they're going to submit to a grand jury. And again, it might not be YG. It might be a YG affiliate. Or you never know, it might be YG and others. California's been big on RICOs recently. Anyway, I want to get to this really quickly because we do have Karen Civil who's waiting for us to call. So YG tweeted something about a week after he was detained. Okay? YG actually tweeted out after he saw a clip where Glasses Malone, and Glasses Malone is a LA podcaster, and I'm not too sure if he's one of the ones that describes murders and self-snitches as well, but I will say Glasses Malone is one of the podcaster that I've heard in hip-hop discussion talk about or encourage what people should do in response to hip-hop things. I've heard him say about things about, if it was so-and-so, I forgot the name of the rappers, I don't know if it was Drake, but she was like, shoot his house up. And I was like, okay. All right, cool. Okay. That's how they're kind of giving it up out there. That's kind of Glasses Malone's thing.
Boy, I don't care about that. Keefy D got some things going on. Keefy D is a man who is currently sitting in Nevada